Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second leg of this double header at the ICC Cricket League at the ICC Cricket Academy. Match number 52 between Gymkhana and Solarwinds. Without further ado, let's go down to the center with Samir for the all important toss.
Match number 52. It is toss time here for the encounter between Dubai Gymkhana and Solarwinds. I've got the men that matter to my left. Ibn Seth representing Solarwinds. We've got Muhammad Samad Khan representing Dubai Gymkhana. And of course, our match referee, as always, Mr. Razak Ali, who's got the coin. It is Ibn Sham. He will now flip it. Tails is the call.
It's a head.
It's ahead. You won the toss. What do you want to do?
So we'll have a ball first.
The reason for that is?
The main reason is the dew is going to be a big factor. So and we prefer to chase when dew comes in. It's going to be easy for us to score runs.
How much do you want to restrict them to on this track?
Well, we'll try to keep them something below 140, and then that would be a reasonable target to chase.
Good luck to you. Go well.
Thank you so much.
Samad, had you won the toss, what would you have done?
Yeah, my plan is to bat first also because the second time you dew effect is most effect for the bowlers and the ball nothing carry as well for the fast ball and for the spinners. So now I will now bat first and so see what happens.
How's the confidence in the dressing room? Boys are feeling good about another game here.
Yeah, boys are good confidence. Very good combination. The batsman and top order and middle order all very in good confidence.
Go well, all the best. That's the news from the center. Then it is Solarwinds who won the toss and they are going to bowl first.
Well, so as is the norm with Solarwinds winning the toss and electing to field first, we've got the two teams on your screen. But to take you through those teams, I've got my co-commentator, my ex-teammate, a fantastic cricketer, Asghar Khan. Welcome, Asghar.
Thank you so much, Farooq Kazmi. I look at the sides: Dubai Gymkhana, Adnan Kasser, Asher, Asnan, Adil Shahzad, Sibur Rahman, Mazhar Hussain, Muned, Akbari, Saad Naseem, Salim, Samad Hassan Khan, Samiullah, and Tasfin. And look at the Solarwinds, led by Ibtisam, Abdul Rahim, the talented all-rounder, Abdullah Ghazi, Faad, Tariq Bhatt, Imran, Janzeb, Muhammad Akshay, Mohsen Khan, Muhammad Umar Faisal, Neil, Shahrukh Sheikh. It's going to be a fantastic contest between bat and ball, live from the ICC Academy. Beautiful evening, and Solarwind winning the toss and bowling first. They would be looking to restrict the opposition somewhere around 150, 160. As we see the earlier game, 7 districts batting first and posting 209. It looks like a good batting wicket, but it's going to be a second game on it. Not much difference we can see on this track. Nice batting wicket to bat on, and your best days, Fari. Plenty of memories there.
Absolutely. Yeah, this does look like a belter of a track. A nice tinge of grass, but this grass is not going to trouble the batters. They'll need to apply themselves. The ball will come onto the bat, especially as the dew settles in. It'll become an even-paced wicket. Initially, without that dew, when it's a drier wicket, it does tend to stop in the surface a little bit. But I think they would have fared better batting first this time round because it's a second game. There'll be the fourth innings that they'll have to use on this wicket, and that usually tends to get the ball to keep low a little bit as well.
Yeah, these days the modern day era. A lot of teams like to field first because of that dew coming on later in the night when it takes full effect. There's lots of ifs and buts, but now winning the toss, that means that you got to put the opposition on the match straight away, pick up those wickets and utilize the conditions. If they can manage to get them below 150, 160, I think that winning the toss and bowling first will be justified. For as batting is concerned, may not be a bad toss to lose. If you can get 180 on the board, then all of a sudden you put the opposition under tremendous pressure as well. So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are very valid points that you've made. If you can get in excess of 170. That scoreboard pressure is always very telling, and especially for Solarwinds. In the previous game, they didn't have too many to chase down, but kept losing wickets. Right, so the first ball here, Akasha. Nicely bowled outside off stump. He'll get that shape. Hasibur Rahman back for Dubai Gymkhana.
Well, Asib has been scoring runs in Sharjah Cricket Council as well. Saw him bat the other day. He looked quite good. Solid batsman. Akasha, that was a beautiful delivery. All he needs to just close in around off stump, make him play, and look the batsman make him drive through the offside. He's got a slip in as well.
Mazhar Hussain, Hasibur Rahman, both very prolific scorers. Mazhar Hussain, man of the match in the previous game, beautifully bowled again. Nicely driven. That's into the gap. Ball's running away, but doesn't have enough to go over to the boundary. So they're up and running. 2 runs.
That was just a caressed away, leaning into that drive, and against the new ball, he's not going hard, which is always good. First couple of deliveries, you just want to line yourself up and get your feet going. Akasha is also bowling in the good area, so this is a nice build-up to this contest between these two.
Yeah, Akasha looks like he's in rhythm ever since he's got back from that injury. He's bowling very good chance. This is pitched in short and beautifully pulled, but brilliantly fielded there at mid-wicket. Good cricket all round.
You can't keep him out of the action. Abdur Rahim there, the big hitting all-rounder, diving away and stopping that one. That was struck firmly from Asib.
Yeah, Mazhar Hussain at the non-strikers end. He's been short of runs, but he scored a belligerent 50 in the previous game. So he should be high on confidence. That should keep him in good stead for this particular game. Gymkhana haven't been able to close out games. They've had a couple of close games, but ended up on the losing side at the end. But they'll want to do well today. They'll want to get these runs, these points under their belt.
Short offside off stump and punched away hard off the back foot. This is going to be a first boundary, powerfully struck by Hasibur Rahman.
Well, that's a poor ball by Akasha. He's pitched that short. And Hasib too good to not get that away to the boundary. Again, the ball not really coming on as quickly as he anticipated. Played that a little early, and hence that ball played towards wide of that mid-off fielder. But he's up and away. Looks like he's in good touch.
You get full value of your shots when you're playing here at the ICC. Down slow once to beat the inner ring on the offside or the leg side. Punch hard off the back foot. This is terrific stuff coming in from Hasibur Rahman.
That's again poor bowling. Not learning from his mistake, Akasha. He can afford to pitch that up. He's getting the ball to move away. Again, banged it in short, wide outside off stump. A nothing delivery, and Hasibur Rahman absolutely hammered that.
Too much width. He started off beautifully, but the last 3 deliveries, one been pulled off the back foot and 2 been crest off the back foot through the offside. So the length is so important. He's got to get the ball up and make him play those shots. Even the drive, if it goes for 4, still creates that chance of an outside edge as well. That's much better. Driving straight to covers. And the over with the dot ball is 10 without loss, Dubai Gym. It's going to be far Tariq, but he has the ability to move the ball. That's his forte, pitching the ball up. He's got a wicket keeper up as well. tricky customer if you're as a batsman. Oh, look at that movement. Straight to the fielder. He's got the field set. That long on and square leg.
Mazhar, look at that shot played by Mazhar Khan. A shot of complete confidence. That's the first ball he's faced. So that 60 that he's got in the last game has given him unbelievable confidence. Didn't look in any sort of trouble. And you're right. Fahad Tariq Butt is a tricky customer. Not very quick, not express, but gets that ball to dip in late. And he's always amongst the wickets. But good start here for Gymkhana. 11 without taking any chances.
Yeah, they're looking good both. Mazhar, that struck nicely. Oh, wrapped up the pass, going down the leg side. Too much angle there. And movement as well from the wicketkeeper. You can also have a look because it was going down a little.
Yeah, that's a good call by the umpire there. Definitely sliding down, doing too much. And did bowl that wide of the crease. And the wicketkeeper is always an indicator of where that ball is going to end up. Quite down leg side.
This is a much better delivery, starting from middle and off. Worked away for a single. Well, Fahad, if he get his line right around fifth stump and finish on middle stump, that's where he's going to trap the batsman right in front. That noise when the ball thirds into your pads makes you nervous, even though it's missing leg stumps as a batsman.
Especially how hard it hit his pad. Me and you've played a lot of cricket together, and that is beautifully played. But is that straight to the fielder? No. Just about clears the fielder there. Asghar, he hardly hit it and the ball sailed away.
Very strong bottom hand player, and he just lifted that with bottom hand. Tremendous power. That was a short arm jab at the man at long on. Big effort coming in from him. Just tips over the bar for 6.
Yeah, he is a strong lad, Mazhar Hussain. Always smiling. Very nice man, Mazhar Hussain. Bowls fast, outswingers as well. It's a very handy all-rounder, and he's made up his mind. He's going to go for his shots. This was again slightly down, leg side, inside edge, and the ball runs away for another boundary.
Well, this is getting worse here for Fahad Tariq Butt. A little unlucky. Inside edge, a thickish inside edge. Once it goes downhill, so now save your legs. Don't bother to run for those. Another boundary. Well, they're off to a flyer now. 22 without loss in the second over.
But this is the perfect opening pair. I would say personally, Hasibur Rahman, proper opening batter, and Mazhar Hussain, also a very good batter, but this is what he does. Unbelievable shot. He didn't really get all of it. Sliced it, but such is the power of the man.
Terrific shot to end the over. 26 without loss, Dubai Gymkhana after 2 overs. Mohammad Akasha will continue. Was expensive in his first over, went for 10. And Fahad Tariq Butt went for 16. So what a rollicking start this for Dubai Gymkhana. They are 26 without loss. Akasha, that's more the line. That's the length, but excellent running between the wickets as well.
This is what Hasibur Rahman is so good at, is picking singles. He's got all the shots in the book. He can hit you to all parts of the ground. But this, in my books, is an art to rotate strike.
Spot on there, Fari. This is so important because when there's a lot of batsmen who can put the bad deliveries away, but rotating strike of good deliveries, it puts tremendous amount of pressure on us bowler. Now Akasha would be thinking what kind of delivery that was. That was a very good delivery, and they sneak through for one.
Absolutely. Again, a good ball, and Mazhar Hussain not going through with that shot, and smartly, if he tried to go all out, he would have holed out to that mid-wicket fielder. Good bowling again by Akasha. 27 for no loss. Gymkhana is batting absolutely beautifully.
Winning the toss and bowling first in the first couple of overs, they need to get back into this contest, because if that power play goes completely against you and then don't lose wickets, 60, 65 on the board, then you're looking down the barrel of chasing around 200, 220, who knows.
Yeah, power play is so important in a T20 game. Teams that pick wickets usually end up on top. Teams that get runs are usually again end up on top. That's pulled away. Again, one more run. Hasibur Rahman looking really good, Asghar.
Yeah, he's very solid, as you mentioned. I saw him play the other day. He's been batting sometime in various teams. He's been batting low down the order, and I'm always convinced for he's the one to go right at the top, because he's got that technique to not only see off that new ball, but has those cricketing shots and the rotation of strikes. So he's a very good prospect.
What I like about Hasib, Asghar, is when the ball is moving away, he doesn't tend to follow the ball. He doesn't get his foot right to the pitch of the ball, and that's again poor bowling there by Mohammad Akasha. We'll get that back to that point. This is bowled down leg side, easy pickings from Mazhar Hussain.
Well, again, drifting onto the pass, short on the body, and with the fine leg up, that's easy pickings for anyone. And Mazhar Hussain is certainly on a roll now.
And see, this is what happens when you're put under the pump straight away. Even good, experienced bowlers tend to make silly schoolboy mistakes. Mohammad Akasha is not very senior, but he's got enough experience to know where to bowl in this power play. But courtesy some brilliant thinking and very aggressive batting by Gymkhana, Solarwinds look out of sorts now.
Kasha, short delivery, good comeback. Just testing him with that short pitch delivery, and nicely left alone there from Mazhar Hussain. Well, coming back to your point, one thing, Farooq, the most important thing is when a batsman is in that sort of form and he shows that positive intent, it is amazing that it puts even the best in the business under pressure. When you are running on your top of your mark and you see the batsman is little tentative, your line and length, everything comes on. But the moment you see that he's going to attack me if I err on length, that's where the pressure mounts.
That's slapped away over the top, and that's flat batted that all the way. What a shot!
That is again tremendous power, but not a great delivery in the slot, and been gone all the way for 6 or long on. Look at that one. Great balance and great bat speed is from Mazhar Hussain. Flat 6 to end the over. 3 overs gone. It's 38 Fanan.
$38 for no loss. Unbelievable start by the Gymkhana. Very valid point you've made, Asghar. Of course, when a batter is showing intent. It just exudes through his personality, through everything that he does. His footwork is a lot surer. His stride towards the ball is a lot surer, and even the most experienced bowler then goes into the defensive mode where they tend to think, how do I save runs? How do I get this batter off strike? So he's already won half the battle there.
Absolutely, Farooq. They need to make a comeback here. For Tariq Bhatt, wrapped on the pads, angling it down the leg side. They pick up a leg by there. Well, that positive intent. A lot of youngsters listening and trying to build up their game and careers. It's not only about you playing those big shots. It's even in defense, even in longer format of the game, you're leaving the ball. So that is that positive intent. A mindset, we'll come back to that one. Very good Yorker offside off stump. It's all about having that intent, means that you're looking to pounce on anything remotely loose. And if there is a good delivery and you defend it positively, and off you go for that quick single.
That's where positive intent is so misunderstood. People think positive intent means that you try and go after the bowling. It doesn't mean that. Even a confident single can show positive intent. It's just your body language, your whole approach towards batting that shows your positive intent. Again, Mazhar Hussain trying to hit that as hard as he could. Couldn't beat that mid-off fielder. The scoreboard's nicely ticking along here. Tariq Bhatt holds the key. If he can bowl a miserly spell, he'll get his team right back in.
Right now, they desperately need a wicket. Drives it. A nice slide there. Rahim does well. Well, Mazhar Hussain is looking really dangerous. 27 of 10 deliveries. And he's put a lot of pressure on Solarwinds bowlers. He's that sort of player. Sometimes he's a bit unorthodox, difficult to plan as a captain or as a bowler when someone with that much power, and he's a bit unorthodox as well. Last ball of the fourth over. Was it an outside edge? We'll have to wait for the umpires. No, it's just bias.
That's a better over by Tariq Bhatt. 43 for no loss. End of 4 overs.
It's going to be a bowling change, and Abdur Rahim into the attack. A much underrated cricketer, but a very fine white ball cricketer. He's got that experience and he's got that knack of picking up those wickets as well. But he's been picked up and he's been welcomed into the bowling attack. Mazhar Hussain is dealing in 4s and 6s at the moment.
Oh, what a player this guy is turning out to be. Just marginally short, and such is the ability of this young man, Mazhar Hussain. But the only complaint I have about him, Asghar, is that he doesn't have a neutral gear. He just keeps on hitting every single ball. He's got the ability, no doubt. But that's what doesn't let him score those big hundreds. We see Rais Ahmed, for example, scoring those big hundreds because he knows when to rein his shots in. Mazhar Hussein's got the ability, but just needs to work on his temperament a little bit.
Absolutely, Fari. Because, that is the most important thing. Once you get a start, then you go on, you'll make a big score. What a shot! This time, even better, 6! Crunches that one into the side screen.
Well, that's making a statement. He's saying, Farooq, I don't care what you think. I know how to play one way and I'm going to go after the bowling. What a shot. straight as an arrow. This game is getting out of the hands of Solarwinds.
Once again in the slot there, Abdur Rahim. He's got a very good Yorker. He's got to go to those Yorkers, but it's difficult for him in the power play, bowling that fifth over with the new ball. He's got to do something here. Change of pace. Straight, hard. Oh, that was traveling, my word. He struck that one hard. Well, Mazhar Hussain is so fascinating to see him bat. Plenty of potential, as you mentioned. And I'm sure with passage of time, he will be able to convert those starts into making those big hundreds. But let me assure you, if he makes 100, it's going to be a 35-40 ball 100.
Absolutely. Just knows how to go one way. First few games, he's been dismissed cheaply. He wasn't dismissed in an awkward way. He trying to go for his shots. Got caught out at the boundary. Another good shot here by Hasib Rahman. Hasib playing second fiddle. Very uncharacteristic of him. But that's a sign of a good batter. His partner is doing bulk of the scoring. He's middling the ball. Hasib now looking to get him back on strike.
That's perfect for Dubai Gymkhana. Hasib is experienced enough. He's classy. And I'm sure later on when the opportunities will come, he will shift gears as well. Right now, he's just looking to put bat on ball, nicely driven, straight to mid-off fielder. But that was good running between the wickets as well. It's all about Mazhar Hussain show at the moment. 38 of 14. I'm sure he will be looking to tonk him down the ground if he pitches one up again.
Well, the Solarwinds bowlers have definitely bowled in his hitting arc. They could try and bowl outside off stump. He gets that front foot away to get his bat swing. Look at that again. But Solarwinds still continuing to attack the stumps, especially for Mazhar Hussain. Not working. End of 5 overs, 56 for no loss.
Far Tariq Bhatt will continue here. 56 without loss. That's a good delivery. Yorker, but nicely played. This is the power of the man, even through the offside now. So he's a complete package, and he is on a rampage at the moment here.
What a shot again. Look at that. Into the gap and no chance for the fielder. 43 of just 16 deliveries. He has the record of scoring the fastest 50 of this tournament of 13 balls. So, unbelievable hitting here by Mazhar Hussain. Chanceless 43 so far.
This time he goes again. Sliced over cover for another boundary. The way he's going, don't worry for Kazmi. He's on for that fastest 100 as well tonight.
Well, certainly looks like it. He's going at everything. But he's got the license too, because they're feeding him in his strong areas. Half volleys outside off stump, on the stumps. Not going to cause him any worry, any concern. He backs his ability to clear the ground, and he's done that on more than one occasion today.
Pitched up once again. He hits it so hard to the man. Well. Those fielders in front of the square at covers and mid-off, they are in real spot of bother there with the way he's hitting them.
Well, you can hear the ball thudding into their hands from here. From the comm box, we can hear it. We can just imagine how hard he's hitting them.
Yorker and driven once again. That brings up a fascinating, a brilliant half century. One of the most entertaining half centuries you will ever see of just 19 balls. Brutal power.
What an innings this has been. Mazhar Hussain Again, Solarwinds not learning, continuing to feed it into his own. Look at that. Wow. He's hammered that down the ground. It's raced away. Mazhar Hussain gets to his 50 in no time.
Believe me, that low Yorker, the way he digged out with that power, is not easy at all. Hit hard once again. Over the top. Another boundary. This is carnage here from Mazhar Hussain now.
This is very poor bowling. Fahad Tariq, but not trying to bowl a change of pace, trying to bowl outside off stump maybe, or maybe even a short delivery that could surprise him. But again, look at that. Everything's been in his hitting arc, half volleys. Mazhar Hussain is going to hit you all day.
I think they need to reassess their fielding as well. That those square leg can come up in the circle. If he's bowling wide offside off stump Yorkers, then you can have that extra cover or mid off back and force Mazhar Hussain to drag one through the leg side. That might create a chances there. This time he goes straight and over the top. It's racing away. It's going to be another boundary. Oh my word! This is carnage. 76 on the board without loss in the first 6 over. Winning the toss and bowling first. Your thoughts for Kazmi now?
I told you this was not a good decision. The wicket is too easy to bat on, and Mazhar Hussain is making them pay for that decision. 5 boundaries in that over. A poor over. We expect better by someone as senior as Fahad Tariq, but 76 for no loss. End of the power play.
Well, that's the highlights of the power play. And the last over was absolutely brilliant. Those 5 boundaries, power there. Low full tosses, believe me, those are tough to get over the top. And he was just sublime there. Tall man, that bottom hand coming into play. Not great field placings as well from Solarwinds. They are under pressure. They are under the pump. That's what I said after the toss. If you win the toss, then if you're not able to justify that decision, there's a lot of pressure on you, the new bowlers. If you don't strike in the first 2 or 3 overs, then look out, you're going to be chasing leather later on.
And chasing leather is exactly what they've been doing. Look at that projected score, 253. If they continue striking the way they are and the way Mazhar Hussain is going, it doesn't seem like he's going to switch gears. He's going to continue going on 5th gear.
Well, we have chased leather together quite a few times. Way back a decade ago, once we won the toss and asked Yogi Group to bat first. And massive 327. They posted, and me and Furry keep, end to end, going after the ball, picking up boundary after boundary. By the time we were about to bat, we were too stiff.
Oh, unbelievable memories. And we'd like to introduce our sponsors here. Our Souk umpire Imran Munir wearing that our Souk shirt, highlighting our sponsors, oursouk.com. Thank you for supporting this beautiful tournament.
Another bowling change, and a much needed one is going to be Imran Ghulam. What would be he thinking before getting his turn to impress his captain? He's coming round the wicket. Good start from him. I think I was amazed, Farooq, in that power play. No change of pace, no backup hand deliveries or the leg cutters into the wicket. The modern day bowlers are so used to bowling slow bumpers. He's been can't take anything away from him, but that was most of the deliveries were in the slot as well.
Absolutely, that's what I said. They haven't changed anything. This is a better bowling effort, at least in the first 2 balls that we've seen by Imran Ghulam. He's not trying to bowl express, just trying to vary his pace, even that angle that he's bowling at from round the wicket. Something different, Try and buy a wicket somehow, make something out of nothing, make the batters uncomfortable in some sort of way.
Absolutely. He started off well. And I think it's going to be difficult to get away. He creates a chance. Mid-wicket. Oh! Abdur Rahim, one of the safest hands in the field, has dropped it.
Oh, that is poor. We expect better from someone as experienced as Abdur Rahim. Again, Mazhar Hussain not really going through with his shot, just lofted it in the air. Straight away, Imran has created that opportunity with that angle, that awkward angle that's high up in the sky. What a poor effort. This should have been taken.
Well, it took him a lot of time to judge it. Didn't got under it. On the legs. Nicely picked up for a single. I think when you are in full flow and timing the ball and everything is coming off, the faster you bowl, the faster it goes off the bat. These change of pace, believe me, myself even found it really difficult to get something slow. Those change of pace, especially after the power play, is going to be difficult. So more variations needs to be employed for Solarwinds.
And what he's doing smart is that's stonked away. That's out of here. Mazhar Hussain making that adjustment, didn't go onside completely, didn't try to hit it towards cow corner, rather wide of that long on fielder. That is a brilliant shot. Now, if you drop him, this is what he's going to do.
Well, he is in absolute dangerous mood there. Sixes, fours everywhere. Imran Ghulam, you can't get predictable. Another slow delivery. So far, he hasn't bowled a pace delivery in this over, so you need to mix it up. This one is up in the air, and this one is gone all the way. Identical power and display of tremendous power hitting from Mazhar Hussain continues.
But this is very good batting now. Expecting him to bowl seam up this time, not bowl slow, and walking at the bowler, upsetting him and making sure that he hits straight, the shorter boundary coming into play. Straight away, he's hit 2 maximums after being dropped. How much will he make them pay?
Looks a lot, Furry. Don't worry about that. Nicely played. This is beautifully played. Well, along with that power, you see placement and timing.
Mazhar, this is shot of the day for me. What a shot. He showed you complete array of shots, and look at that. Beautifully played. What a shot. Mazhar Hussain turning out to be an absolute superstar tonight. 96 for no loss, end of 7 overs.
It's a first sign of spin coming in for Solarwinds. As Umar Faisal continues, right arm wrist spin. They desperately need a wicket. To introduce you, my co-commentator Samir Yunus into the box. Welcome, and it's been absolute carnage.
Thank you, Asghar. Yes, we've certainly been entertained by that one man who's on strike now, Mazhar Hussain. It's been nothing but insane hitting by him. 76 of 25. It'll be a rare single by him. They have run very well between the wickets as well. Yes, we've seen some very big shots, some seriously good stroke making. They'll try to sneak in another one there, but in between, the running between wickets has also been impressive. So this is an all-round opening batting performance. Very impressive.
Brilliant stuff there. Asibur Rahman, take no credit away from him. He's played second fiddle. He's just rotated the strike. He's a fine striker of the ball himself. And I'm sure as the innings progresses, he will be a lot more fluent. Meanwhile, Mazhar Hussain is just on a different planet at the moment. Driven through the offside straight to the fielder.
Yeah, very gutsy from the skipper to have a slip fielder there, Fahad Tariq over there. Two batters who are striking the ball very cleanly, and yet the slip fielder is in there. I would have thought they'll try to protect the boundary here. He's struggling to grip the ball. That's early signs of dew in this second game. Already almost 10 p.m. here in Dubai, 10 minutes short of 10 p.m. So it's going to be a struggle for the bowlers from here on.
Yeah, that can be a factor. Nicely played towards mid-on. Now Mazhar Hussain, he will fancy his chances, but this is going to be a little trickier for him because right arm leg spinners, they often are wicket takers, and if he gets one to turn, leave the right hander, can bring that outside edge or the top edge into play.
Yeah, he's been enjoying the pace all this while, Mazhar Hussain. This will be a different challenge. We'll see if he changes his approach or if he goes on and continues to be dominant as he has been. Just one run short of that 3-figure mark. They are a bit more circumspect. He understands that he's got the start. They've laid the foundation. They can afford to have a couple of quiet overs. But this is a good start from the youngster.
Yeah, he's a very fine young wrist spinner. Very passionate. He's got his elder brother, the left arm wrist spinner. So there's plenty of spin in their family. Their dad is very passionate, always around. He goes for the reverse flick and he nails it for 6. Can you believe it?
Well, Mazhar Hussain is putting on a show here tonight. A complete array of strokes, power hitting, deft touch, running between the wickets, and then that innovation coming in against the wrist spinner. What a batter. What entertainment we have had tonight, courtesy of none other than Mazhar Hussain. Look at that. Read the length early. Reversed into the stands for a maximum. And that'll end what was looking like a good over from the youngster Umar Faisal. At the end of 8, it'll be 105 runs on the board. They crossed the 100 mark. Well, the skipper's brought himself on. Abhisham said he did mention at the toss, Asghar, that he was worried about the dew, and that's why they wanted to bowl first, but clearly he hasn't helped them too much. Oh, I thought he got the edge there, Asib. Yes, that moved quite a bit.
That was certainly an edge to me. You will need to look at the replay. It's quite a bit of deviation. Asibur Rahman, he knows it. From the naked eye, just looked the genuine outside edge, and Junzar, the wicketkeeper, was wrong-footed. Yeah, that was a clear outside edge, a thick one.
That's powered downtown. Asibur Rahman will be more than happy to get the single. Now, one indicator if a batter has nicked it or not is you should always look at where he's looking once he's played the shot. If he's looking behind, if he's seeing the keeper take it, then 9 times out of 10 he knows he's nicked it. So that's one way of looking at it, whether it's nicked or not.
That's a very smart way of umpiring as well. Few of the games I umpired, and the seniors umpires told me that always keep an eye on your batsman. If he nicks what you said, if he looks back, there's a clear indicator there that he has nicked it.
Meanwhile, Mazhar Hussain will go on his merry ways. 84 now in just 29. This is a seriously good knock here from this dashing right-handed batter. I've not seen much of him, surprisingly, but he certainly looks someone who is going to raise a lot of eyebrows and create a lot of headlines in the cricketing circles here.
Absolutely. If you can play like that in the shorter formats of the game in UAE, most of the T20 format is played. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of teams looking up to him with that sort of talent. Big inside edge there. Will fetch him a single. Well, he's on verge of making that fastest 100. Just 16 more required. Few big hits and he's there.
Well, we've certainly seen a lot of big hits from him, that's for sure, and I don't think he's going to hold back. If it's there to be hit, he's going to go after it. With Sham Seth. In the meantime, he's bowled a decent first 4 deliveries, but he needs to get out of it well. The previous over, Umar Faisal got hit in the last ball. Slower delivery, read it, but unfortunately, it took some turn, I think, because he rolled his fingers over, and because of that, it will just be a leg bye. So well bowled by Sham.
Sham is a very fine bowler with a lot of experience, and he's been through these sort of situations, bowling against the best throughout his career. So I think he's drawing that experience in this situation. They badly need a breakthrough here.
Yeah, the skipper's taking it upon himself now to try and break this opening pair of Hasibur Rahman and Mazhar Hussain. This is slow, but Hasibur Rahman has got the measure of it. Again, the last ball of the over, going for a maximum and spoiling what was a good-looking over from the skipper Ibn Sham.
Unfortunately for him, that was in the slot, but great balance and great extension of the arm going straight down the ground for 6. This is a terrific opening partnership. 9 overs gone, 115 without loss. $115 after 9 overs, and Mohammad Faisal. Umar continuing here. He bowled a very good over with the last delivery. Nothing wrong with the delivery here. Mazhar Hussain switch hit him for 6. So the pressure is on youngster here.
Yeah, you can't blame him. That previous over, that last ball, there's nothing wrong with it. You can't expect a batter to play a shot like that. But, well, Mazhar Hussain has thrown away all expectations and theories here. He's batting like he's born to bat. Lots of flight offered. And he's hit that in the air. But there is a fielder down there, so it'll just be a single. In this part of the game, in this phase of the game, Asghar, to someone like Mazhar Hussain, if you can give him a single and get off strike, that's a little mini victory for the bowler.
Absolutely. They need to do this just to frustrate him, just to get some momentum back and try to bowl to Hasibur Rahman as much as possible. Oh, that's too full and hits it hard down the ground. He was looking to get under it. That was too full.
He seems to be batting with some vengeance, isn't he? He's got that determined look on his face. And from what we've seen so far, he can hit the ball quite cleanly. He's strong, his timing is good, and he's shown us that he's got shots all around the park. A 360 player, for sure. Flight offer, doesn't get all of it. Outside edge, luckily for him. Hasibur Rahman falls short of that fielder at third man.
Looking to use his feet. That was nicely bowled. A little bit of flight, a little bit of turn there. Outside the edge, but shot to that man at third man. He's bowled well, the youngster. Hit hard off the back foot. Long on, poor fielding. Dear oh dear, you can't afford to do this.
But you got a feel for the youngster Umar Faisal. He's bowled well. Yes, this was short, but that could have been avoided, the boundary. Stayed on the back foot, pulled it down towards long on. The fielder again caught in two minds. Thought he could come in for the catch, but just at the last moment slowing down, trying to stop the boundary, and did neither to spoil what was again turning out to be a good over from Umar Faisal. Unfortunate for him.
Well, that's not a great effort at all. Winning the toss and fielding first, they are looking down the barrel already. Quicker delivery, pulled off the back foot, doesn't time it. They will pick up a single. At halfway stage, it's 123 without loss. Dubai Gymkhana.
Well, it's a forgettable evening for the bowlers so far, that's for sure. Everyone who's come in has given away quite a few. Imran Gholfam being the most expensive. 20 runs in that one over. And almost everyone else going at double figures except for Umar Faisal, the young spinner. And the one solitary over from the skipper, Ibn Sham, giving away just 9 runs. One boundary in that over. Now he's back. What they need here, Solarwinds, is a wicket. They desperately need to break this partnership.
Well, they have to. They need something special in the field. When you bowl like that, don't expect anything special. It's all been now. Hasibur Rahman getting on the act as well.
Well, that was there to be hit, wasn't it? Stood up nicely for Hasibur Rahman. He's a strong man, not going to miss out on those. And that's gone a long way away into those ICCA Academy panels for another maximum. We've lost count of the sixers that have been hit so far. There have been so many of them.
They are up for a huge score now. 129 at halfway stage. Well, a 250 looks pretty much possible with 10 wickets in hand. So Solarwinds, they need something really special in the field, or a great delivery or a great catch to just turn things around.
Again, powered straight to the fielder and another drop. Well, the wind is off Solarwinds, that's for sure. The sail is not sailing and everything is going away from them. Everything is going wrong for them. To make matters worse, not only has the catch been dropped and Mazhar Hussain is back on strike.
Well, we're talking about great catches. They've not been able to take those simples one at this level. That was a straightforward. Yes, it was hit hard. But straight to the man, you got to take those. Hasibur Rahman been dropped twice. Nicely played through the offside. It's racing away. The placement is good. Will they come back for 3? Yes.
Well, they had a deep extra cover in place. He hit that towards backward point. Mazhar Hussain. And he collects 3 runs there. Score is now well past 130. That projected score is looking beyond 250. These two have really provided a brilliant start here.
Brilliant going here by these two openers. Hasibur Rahman has quickly moved on to 40 of 30 as well. Looking to cut loose. Pushes it towards long on for a single. Mazhar Hussain on 89 of 33. So this is a rollicking start from these openers and is going to another level.
Can you hear me? And this is a good start here, a brilliant start here. Good is an understatement for Gymkhana here. This is short, pulled away. The fielder should come around. Mazhar Hussain will now move on to the 90s with that single. In fact, that was Hasibur Rahman, who's now taken strike.
135 without loss. And the projected score is 249. Very much on the cards here. With 10 wickets in hand. Al-Ibtisam will be looking to do something magic with the ball. into the wicket, pulled off the back foot, goes all the way for another 6. This is tremendous power hitting from these two.
This is the second 6 that is hit off the back foot. Every time Ibtisham has even been slightly short, he's gone onto the back foot and absolutely hammered it over long on. A 6 to end that second over of Ibtisham. At the end of 11, they are on 141 for none, Dubai Gymkhana.
Umar Faisal continuing here. Quicker delivery. He's done really well, the youngster. Under this tremendous pressure, he's been able to create those chances as well.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? With all the seniors and the experience out there, it's this youngster who's really bowling well and making it difficult for the batters to get him away. That tells you of the immense potential and the skill and the temperament of this young man. He's not afraid to toss it up. He's not afraid to run in and bowl to two batters who are going very hard. Again, very well bowled, good flight offer, only can push it towards covers and get a single.
Yeah, he stood up. He's shown good temperament. Not easy. When there's carnage all around, bowlers are going out of the park consistently. They've been missed fields, drop catches, Solarwinds. They just struggle quite a bit this evening, winning the toss, and things have totally not gone their way.
11 overs later, the umpire will have a check of the ball. Not surprising the way Mazhar Hussain has been tonking it, and now more recently even Hasibur Rahman. The ball, every chance of it to go out of shape.
I think the ball has got the beating of its lifetime.
Faisal Umar. Oh, that could have been a chance. A full toss. Mazhar Hussain, well, when he's not hitting boundaries, they are gifting him boundaries with some very sloppy fielding out there. This was completely casual from the fielder down there.
Yeah, it's getting, the dew is affecting, but that's not an excuse there. Right through the legs. Not a great technique there. Especially, he's on 95 here. Mazhar Hussain, one hit away.
Will he go for the glory shot is the question. Talk about glory. He goes reverse. This time it won't go for a maximum. Couple of bounces into the fence. But once again, what control on that reverse sweep. Where is he from? Where do you find batters like this?
Well, that's the modern day player. Not worried about his 100, not worried about the milestone. And he goes reverse flick for a magnificent boundary again. He's on 99 of 37. This could be something very, very special.
Special indeed. Even if he doesn't get to that 100, this has been a very special innings from him. He's really set this ICCA Academy on fire. Short delivery, pushed away towards covers. And this is one of the finest centuries you'll ever see here at the ICCA Academy. The Arabian Cricket League has had the privilege of watching this man, Mazhar Hussain, pile up a century that will be remembered for a long, long time. Power hitting, deft touches, beautiful running between the wickets. And that man has just put up a brilliant show here tonight.
Yeah, punched off the back foot. Up she goes. The arms goes. Even Hasibur Rahman celebrating. This is the camaraderie, the team spirit you have. What a partnership and what a 100 from this youngster. Played all around the wicket. Nice. Moves on to 49 as well. From the other end, verge of another milestone. 150 plus partnership. And this has been a dream start for these two. 12 overs gone. It's 153 without loss. Well, Dubai Gymkhana completely bossing this game. 153 without loss after 12 overs. And it's going to be Abdullah Ghazi into the attack for the first time. Normally, he's on 49 here. Hasib Rahman and Abdullah Ghazi. Offside, off stump. It's cut away brilliantly. That brings up his half century. He's played second fiddle to Mazhar Hussain, but a very calculated knock from him. And that brings up his half century. 51 of 35 deliveries. This is a tremendous opening stand from these two. Played brilliantly, played second fiddle at the start, and now he's really cutting loose in the last few overs. He's been so dominant. Hit hard off the back foot. There's power from this man. This is a third six he hits us off the back foot. This is such a unique shot there.
Yeah, I'm struggling for words, first of all, and I'm also struggling to figure out where he's generating that power from. That's not even too short, but he's just banking on that back foot and just hammering it with pure strength and power. Hasibur Rahman, oh, what hitting this is. Both these batters have absolutely dominated here tonight. 6 hitting at will, this is. Brilliant, just brilliant.
Such a difficult shot to create that much of power of the back foot. Well, Samir, I'm also lost for words. What we have witnessed this evening, this opening stand, has been brutal power and deft touches as well. Solarwinds, I wonder they would be regretting that decision, winning the toss and bowling first now.
Oh yes, that's for sure. Ibtisham will be kicking himself. Like, why did he decide to bowl first? Well, what's done is done. We're in the 13th over. Dubai Gymkhana have already posted a score that should generally be enough at the ICCA Academy. But it looks like they'll get much, much more the way these two are going. Again, powering it down. Hasibur Rahman, very strong. Just be a single on that occasion. Projected score is now 260 plus. The run rate over 13. And they've maintained that consistently.
Well, in this sort of situation with another 7.3 overs to go, that 250, 260 is certainly on the cards for Solarwinds' point of view. If they can pick up a wicket or two, just slow things down and hope that new batsman not able to get going straight away. They can stay in this game. You never know. There's plenty of dew. Good batting wicket. They got to stay in the hunt. They need to pick up wickets. As simple as that.
Yeah, I wonder if they have any other spin bowling options here than Umar Faisal. Most of the faster men have gone for plenty, so maybe try and change things around, bring a bit of finger spin and see how you can maybe put these batters under a bit of pressure, create a bit of frustration. Mazhar Hussain is on 100 of 39. Looks to cut that away. I just get the feeling that in the last couple of overs, he's just not been able to time it as well as he's been timed it. Probably fatigue. He's been out there for quite a while now. Used a lot of power. So maybe a bit of tiredness coming through.
And also that the ball is getting a little softer. There's plenty of dew around, so it gets swelled up very, very quickly, although the umpires have consistently changed the ball. So you tend to lose that rhythm. That hard, brand new ball goes off the bat a lot better. Last ball of the 13th over. Straight! Don't worry about that one. Another 6. Straight into the side screen he goes.
Well, what do I know? Fatigue, tiredness, what's that, says Mazhar Hussain. This is in the slot, and it's sent all the way back behind the bowler's head onto the side screen. Another maximum to end the 13th over. Yes, I'm not going to say it twice. The score is 168 for none in 13 overs. Umar Faisal gets his last over. Will bowl out here now. Offers a bit of light again. Hasibur Rahman has kite this. This time will the fielders get to it? No. Lands safely once again. Well, nothing has gone in the way of Solarwinds. As Asghar finds his way out of the comp box and Farooq finds his way into it. You enjoyed this innings, haven't you, from the sidelines?
Absolutely. What a display of hitting here by Mazhar Hussain. Right at the beginning, Asghar told me he's going to get 100 of not many balls, and he's done exactly that. He's been aided by a couple of dropped catches, but look at that shot. Again, he's played that all day, and he's played it to perfection.
Well, if you allow him, Mazhar Hussain, he's going to pick up this pitch and take it home with him, roll it, and hug it to sleep. That's how much he's enjoyed batting here. This time it's the reverse sweep once again. The third time he's played that shot, and all 3 times it has come off very nicely. This one's along the carpet, in between that point and third man fielders. This is some really, really nice batting. He's shown us that he's got the entire repertoire of shots. The big hitting, the deft touches, and that innovation coming through that reverse sweep.
Yeah, this is some serious display of talent by Mazhar Hussain. And mind you, he's yet to bowl today. Looks like it's definitely going to be his day. Projected score 259.
This one's hit in the gap as well. However, long off will cover it off. Fuller delivery from Umar Faisal. You can't blame Umar Faisal. He's bowled actually in good areas. Just that Mazhar Hussain has been really good with those reverse sweep shots. But he's certainly been, don't judged by the stats on display, 36 runs. He's bowled in good areas.
No, he's bowled better than the rest of the bowlers. He's put the ball in the right areas. It's just that Mazhar Hussain has played him really well. Again, that's reverse sweep, and this time it goes all the way. What a shot.
Well, this one was certainly not the right area. Bowled a full toss. Mazhar decided yesterday that it's going to play a reverse sweep. Turned around very quickly, and I don't think he even called that a reverse sweep. It was more of a switch hit, wasn't it? Yeah. That one also going all the way for a maximum. Well, this is some serious hitting. And this is a big score coming up here from Dubai Gymkhana.
Now he's made a mockery of this bowling attack. He's shown them that you do not drop players of his caliber. Unbelievable batting. Again, another switch hit, but this time straight to the fielder. Unbelievable batting here by both of them. We've not talked about Hasib, but Hasib's played brilliantly as well. He's batting on 60. He's not played too many deliveries. He's pretty content letting Mazhar Hussain do the bulk of the scoring.
Yeah, and why not when someone's hitting the ball that well? Oh, a bit of cat and mouse there. If at least that helps him to get a wicket, then be it. That's what Umar Faisal is thinking. Last ball of his quarter of 4 overs. Let's see how he finishes off. Oh, nicely pushed. Almost straight back to the bowler. But he'll finish off with a single. Expensive from Umar Faisal as well, although he did bowl well in most parts of his quarter of 4 overs. 14 done. It's 182 for none. Fourteen overs done. Iftisham Said has looked around and tried to find bowlers who are willing to take the responsibility of delivering these last 6 overs, and he's found Abdullah Ghazi to deliver the 15th over. Bowled him. Finally for Solarwinds. They pick up that wicket. They break this partnership, but not after the damage has been done by that man on your screen. Mazhar Hussain, 119. What an inning. Take a bow, my friend.
But this was the only way he was going to be dismissed, wasn't he? Again, that ball pitched and decked in. That was very good by Abdullah. Mazhar Hussain, after a marathon innings, he hardly broken a sweat here, Samir. But what a knock. 119, 8 maximums, 13 boundaries, striking at 253. What a knock. Unbelievable batting here on display today by Mazhar Hussain. 182 for the loss of 14.1 overs.
Salim Abdul Quddus is out there at number 3. And he's pushed that down behind the bowler to get off the mark with a single. He's got big boots to fill. He's come out after the wicket of Mazhar Hussain. Finally, Solarwinds will feel a little easy out there tonight.
Well, that was gingerly played down the ground. Looked so strange after having witnessed an absolute carnage at the hands of Mazhar Hussain and Hasibur Rahman. Salim Abdul Quddus, another very attacking batter. We'll see him go hell for leather in a matter of a couple of overs.
Well, they still have Hasibur Rahman to deal with out there. He too has played some really good looking shots. Yes, there have been a couple of shots where he's not really latched on to it, taken the outside edge, gone in the air. But he's managed to play it in safe areas. Here's another couple of runs for him. So he's now on 61 of 39. he might just take on the aggressive role here and allow Salem to just settle into his innings here.
Well, for me, Hasib has batted absolutely brilliantly, especially targeting that shorter boundary straight down the ground. He's been fed a couple of short deliveries, didn't try to hit them towards mid-wicket, towards the longer part. Good presence of mind, hit them straight down the ground and get important maximums under his name and his team's.
I was going to see if the umpire is going to call that a wide or not. He did shuffle across the stumps. Abdullah Ghazi pushing that out. I thought that was a little harsh for the bowler.
Well, they generally tend to use that tram line. It's only there for as a reference point, but more often than not, anything that's close to the tram line, irrespective of where the batter is standing, will be called wide, especially here in the domestic circuit. But umpire Imran Munir is a very senior umpire. Again, gets that outside edge. Again, eludes that fielder. Another 2 added. He's run well, Hasibur Rahman, continuing to pick up these 2s.
Yeah, that slide from the fielder is an indicator of the amount of dew that is out there tonight. Very wet conditions. The bowlers obviously struggling to grip the ball. Hasib now, a couple of shots that he's not been in control. He will know better than anyone else that he needs to be a bit more in rhythm, so to say. 188 runs on the board. The projected score is still above 250. They've got 32 deliveries left. They'll look to make at least another 60 runs in these last few overs.
Yeah, they've got the license to, haven't they? Abdullah Ghazi's bowled a good over, but this is beautifully played. Fielder there doing the cleanup. Another 2 runs added. Hasibur Rahman, very fit batter. Also keep wickets for Gymkhana. Again, he's one of those players that looks like he's hardly broken a sweat.
You guys discussed this, didn't you? The importance of running between the wickets in this format. Often undervalued, often underappreciated, but holds a lot of importance in this T20 format batting. Now that 190 could have easily been about 140, 150 had it not been for the running between the wickets, in between those boundaries. This is down the ground. Hasn't got all of it. I thought he got the toe end of the bat. And this time it'll just be a single. So not a bad over in the context of the game. Got the wicket of Mazhar Hussain. Successful one for Solarwinds. So the first time we're saying that tonight. 191 for 1.
Mohammad Akasha is asked to bowl at Hasibur Rahman. He's gone for 23 runs off his 2 overs. Fared slightly better than the rest of them.
This has been hit high, handsome, and forget about trying to catch that. It's in the gap. And I'm sure the umpires will have another look, but from what it seemed like here, and it's given a boundary. So 1 bounce into the fence. And again, the region which he chose to go, very smart batting this from Hasibur Rahman.
Well, that's gone all the way. I think the umpire is going to change his decision. That's sailed away again. Another shot that didn't really look like he's hit it all that hard, but such is the timing of this man. Hasibur Rahman, what a shot he's played. Another 6.
Yeah, just correcting his decision there. That's what I thought when I saw the live. I thought that really went all the way. But yeah, good on the umpire to make sure that the right result was given. You talked about Akasha, his economy rate being not so bad, now being spoilt by Hasibur Rahman. But I think the bowling was good early on. The first couple of overs at least, they had some control. But after that, Mazhar Hussain just broke loose. And this time, Hasibur Rahman, he hits that straight to the fielder. Nothing delivery really. Offered with outside off, and that's gone straight to Fahad down there at extra cover. And Hasibur Rahman also has to walk back.
Another very impressive knock here by Hasibur Rahman. He straight away made room for himself. Didn't really need to. It was pitched quite wide outside off stump, but then that was the change of pace proving to be his undoing. Caught by Fahad Tariq, and that reaction by Fahad tells you story of Solarwinds. 3 boundaries and 5 maximums for Hasib. Top knock comes to an end. 197 for 2. Ashir Hasnain walks out to bat. No pressure at all. Already a mammoth total on the board.
Nice delivery there to start things off to the new batter. Bit of pace from Mohammad Akasha. Hasnain looking to work that towards the leg side. And a rare dot ball in this innings. They'll need many more of those Solarwinds if they are to restrict Gymkhana from getting to that 250 mark.
You're right. They'll need to bowl out of their skin. Right at the last part of this innings. Again, I don't understand why they wanted to bowl first. This is second game of the day. Wicket will start getting lower as the day goes on.
Nicely driven. Is that in the gap? Yes, it is. Wow, that looked like a very simple shot, but he's got maximum reward for it. Stand and deliver from Ashir Hasnain. He gets off the mark with a boundary.
That shows you how good this wicket is to bat on. I was bowled in his zone, just middled it, didn't really hit it too hard, but the balls raced away. Good start here for Ashir Hasnain.
Looking to cut that, not getting any connection. I think Solarwinds here have a real opportunity to try and reduce what was going to be a massive total. They've got 2 new batters on the crease. The big hitters have just walked away. And as Asghar Khan was very rightly pointing out earlier on, when the ball gets wet, it becomes a little too soft. Hard to get it away as it is as a new ball. They must use this opportunity to try and maybe keep picking up wickets, or at least keep things quiet in the next couple of overs, and then reduce the big total that Gymkhana are trying to get here.
Definitely. Again, good short ball. Akasha changing his length, varying his length. Smart bowling here. A maximum and a boundary to finish things. 16 overs done. 201 for 2.
Abdullah Ghazi, the wicket taker here, picked up the big wicket of Mazhar Hussain. Oh, look at that for a shot. Very nicely played from Salim Abdul Quddus, and a dive there from the fielder at long off will be in vain because that's run away to the boundary as well.
That's a very stylish shot again. Salim Abdul Quddus, very hard hitter of the cricket ball. Look at that shot. That's ball races away to the boundary. Again, Abdullah Ghazi bowling those pointless half volleys at this stage. That is an absolute crime.
Yeah, he's been out there for a while, but he's only faced his second delivery just now, which is hit for a 4. He's been starved of the strike the last couple of overs. And he's certainly making up for it. This has gone up. The fielder's trying to get to it. And he's held on. No, he hasn't. This is, well, you got a feel for him because he did all the good work to get to it, but it just didn't grip into his hands. And in the process, there's been an overthrow and an extra run.
He was sprinting at the ball. I think he got a little too close to it. Awkward height. Shahrukh Sheikh, usually a very safe fielder, one of the safest fielders of the Solarwind sides, but not to be. Salim's been given a life here, and will he make them pay?
Well, that was unnecessarily acrobatic from him, that's for sure. A straightforward catch, but made it look very, very difficult. Again, looking to heave that over mid-wicket. Got the inside edge onto the pads. Well, they're looking for the two. And they will get it comfortably. So this is good urgency being shown. Normally when you're 200 plus and it's the last couple of overs, you can afford to take it easy, be complacent. But the intent here is great to see.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to make. Very rightly pointed out that irrespective of what total they're at, they're still looking for more runs, which is always very good. Good cricket, not taking it easy, giving it their everything. Salim Abdul Quddus looking to go big.
Just slowed it down there. He stepped forward and converted it into a full toss. All you could do was just chip it down for a single.
Good bowling here by Abdul Ghazi. After that boundary of the first delivery, he's changed his length slightly, varied his pace nicely. Previous ball bowled very slow, not letting the batter get underneath it. 9 runs off this over so far.
Nicely hit away by Ashir Sten. Goes straight to the fielder. Will still be a single. So not a bad over. Yes, he went for a boundary of the first ball, but he's come back well. The batters haven't really been able to connect too cleanly. 211 now, so that 250 looks a little tough from here on. Well, still, even if they get to about 220 or 230, it'll still be a mammoth score. And Solarwinds will have to pat out their skins to chase that down.
Now, mind you, Solarwinds do not have Adnan Khan to get them that brisk start at the beginning of the innings. Abdul Ghazi bowled his last ball this time. Is pumped down the ground. Just going to be one, so a decent over here. Just 11 runs off it. 17 done, 212 for 2. So Mohammad Akasha to bowl out. Going to bowl the 18th over. He's gone for 33 of his 3. He'll be looking to pick a couple of wickets. Stem the flow of runs. Another slower one this time. Heaved away towards the onside.
The change of pace seems to be working here for the bowlers in the last couple of overs. Salim and Ashir have struggled to get it away to the boundary. Slowly crawling back here. Solarwinds. Still that run rate well over 12 runs an over. But in the way the game has gone, last couple of overs, we've not seen some of the big hits that we've seen throughout the evening. So this is a little mini victory for Solarwinds. Short, looking to cup that, gets the under edge, another dot ball. These are very valuable for the bowling team.
Now Akasha has bowled pretty nicely after he's got Hasibur Rahman. He's changed his length, not been too predictable. Varied his pace nicely. He's not giving Ashir Hasnain the pace that he needs to get those shots away. 5 of 6 for Ashir Hasnain. Another short pitch delivery, change of pace again, another single, so good bowling again.
Yeah, these are good overs they're getting through Solarwinds. Projected score also climbing down from what looked like 260 plus at one point, now 240, is something that Gymkhana will be looking towards. However, the kind of batter Salim AQ is, that could change very soon. We still got about 15 deliveries left in this innings. Even about 30 runs in that will get them to about 245. This is flat batted and hammered. There is a fielder down there, and he does well to keep that out of the boundary. Couple of runs. In fact, they'll run only one.
Well, Salim was expecting that to go over the boundary line. But that's a brilliant effort by Shahrukh. Dropped Salim earlier the previous over. This time making a brilliant effort to save a certain boundary, but poor running by Gymkhana. I think they're getting a little lazy here.
Yeah, I think you can excuse them for that, for what they've done so far. Nicely hit right behind the bowler. But again, straight to the fielder. So this is good bowling. Akasha has done well in his second spell. He's really made it difficult for the batters to get him away. That's what happens when you break partnerships and pick up those wickets regularly in clusters. It always helps you to claw back into the game.
Yeah, not as easy for the newer batters to walk out and start hitting the ball from ball one, especially with those variations coming in. Mohammad Akasha's bowled very well. Another slower one, but this time picked by Salim Abdul Quddus, and poor fielding by Nail Tanveer at long on. Drops that catch and that's that boundary away. Poor cricket here by Solarwinds again.
Yeah, shot from Akasha just when we were praising him. A nothing delivery. That's been hammered away down towards mid-wicket. Could have been a catch, but is let go. 18 done, 2 overs left in this game, 220 for 2. It is going to be Ghazi to bowl the penultimate over. 220 on the board for Gymkhana now. Starts off with a full toss. Nicely worked away down towards the leg side. And the strike will be given back to Salim Abdul Quddus. Ashir says, mate, you do all the hitting. I'll just enjoy it from the non-strikers in.
Yeah, the boundaries have dried up the last few overs. Better bowling performance by Solarwinds, but again, poor fielding. They've dropped a couple of catches. Had they taken all their chances, this game would have shaped out completely differently. Mazhar Hussain was dropped when he was in his 30s. He's got a huge score after that. Brilliant fielding by Nail this time round. Ipti, the skipper today.
Yeah, the sound of that bat, a real punk, if I could describe it. And that tells you that the ball has gotten quite soft here. Yes, they kept changing it, but the outfield is so wet because of the dew. It's not easy to hit it away through the line like that.
Yeah, if they do need to get runs, Solarwinds, they will need to make sure that they get a brilliant power play. That's gone down the track. Ashir Snen tries to pump this one straight down the ground towards long off. 1 run added.
Well, we've been talking about their bowling for a while now, and this is one reason that has led to this score of 222. Quite a few chances offered to the Solarwinds fielders, but they've dropped catches and allowed the Gymkhana batters, especially Mazhar and Hasib, to allow their team to get to this mammoth score that they are on now, and they're not done yet. Nicely dug out onto the leg side. Be another single. So good over so far. Just 4 off it. Couple of deliveries left. 224 on the board.
Good bowling here by Abdullah. Abdullah GT, as he's called in the domestic circuit. Just 4 singles.
That was the last of the lot, the one that was dropped. Yeah, and this one again made it seem much harder than it actually was. This was of Salim, who is batting out there still on 19 of 11.
Another slower one, brilliantly bowled, and straight away that ball not really bouncing much. So we can expect that in the second innings. Ashir Hasnan getting frustrated, not being able to get the boundary that he's looking for. 9 of 11 for him. Right, so the final ball of the penultimate over, Abdullah Ghazi. If we can restrict these batters to under 4, he'll have done a brilliant job for his team.
Last ball of the over. Ashir is on strike. Big hit. Has he got all of it? He will time the jump, but it won't matter because Ashir has cleared the long off fielder and the maximum to end what was a good over from Abdullah Ghazi.
Now that is a brilliant shot. Ashir was looking for this, looking to go big, and gets one right in the slot. Bumps it down the ground. 230 for the loss of 2 wickets. End of 19 overs. So the skipper, Saeed Ibtisam, takes on the responsibility of bowling the final over of this innings. Salim Abdul Quddus on strike. He's pumped this towards that cow corner area. He's not been able to get the boundaries away. 231 for 2.
231 with 5 deliveries to go. 250 still very much possible. Ashir with that last 6 in that last over, showing us that he's more than capable of clearing the boundary alongside Salim Aqi, who's on 20 of 12. Ibtisham has been expensive, 2 overs, 28, and the way he's rubbing that ball tells you why they've found it so hard today, the bowlers. They'll have to come out and bat very, very well here, Solarwinds, to get close to this target. Length delivery picked up by Ashir. The fielder can only watch it sail over for another maximum. This is some seriously good hitting from Dubai Gymkhana.
Wow, what a shot. That 6 in the previous overs completely changed Ashir Hasnan's big hitting ability. I was slightly short, and he's hit that straight down the ground off his back foot. That's one of the most difficult shots in the cricketing book. Saeed Ibtisam under pressure, giving that ball a mighty rub, trying to get it to dry so he can grip the ball. Another short delivery straight down the ground. That's just going to be one better ball here.
Yeah, after that big 6, Ashir will get off strike and bring Salim Abdul Quddus back on strike for these last 3 deliveries. 238 now. How much more can they end up with? Will they get to that elusive 250 mark? That'll be certainly a big milestone. But have been great conditions for batting here at the ICCA Academy. Oh, missing out on that. With offered. Unable to latch on to that, Salim Abdul Quddus.
Yeah, he tried to go too hard. Slashed it through the offside, but beaten this time around. A rare dot ball in this innings. We can probably count the amount of dot balls that have been played in this inning. Last two deliveries. That's hit straight down the ground. Another in the slot delivery, and he's hit that out of the ground again. Another six.
It's raining sixes here at the ICCA Academy in Sports City in Dubai. Syed Ibn Sham in this last over has conceded two already. Another one off the bat of Ashir Hasnain. In fact, this was Salim Abdul Quddus, the man with the yellow pads. He's moved on to 26 of 14, applying the finishing touches to what has been a magnificent batting performance here from Dubai Gymkhana. Well, I don't know if they really all go to the gym or not, but they've certainly have had the muscle and the power to clear the boundaries with ease tonight, Farooq. You're a gym man. You should know better.
Well, Salim Abdul Quddus definitely looks like he hits the gym. You can see his arms bulging out of his t-shirt, and he's got those big sixes to back that up. Again, another one pumped down the ground. Is it going all the way? No, it's just short of that fielder at long on. Just one run added to the total. So end of the first innings, Gymkhana managed to get 245 for the loss of 2 wickets. Unbelievable batting today.
Well, they've been out there for 1 hour and 40 odd minutes, but it seemed like an eternity for Solarwinds out there. From ball one, Gymkhana's batting has been nothing but exquisite, excellent, fantastic. Hasibur Rahman at the top, the wicketkeeper, 72 of 44, but that man at number 2, Mazhar Hussain, with a brilliant century. And what makes it special is that strike rate, the last column, 253 strike rate with 8 towering sixes and 13 fours. Really took the sail out of the winds of Solarwinds. Then Salim and Ashir Hasnain combined to apply the finishing touches of this brilliant innings from Dubai Gymkhana. 27 and 22 for those two with just 5 extras. They made 245 and lost only 2 wickets in their allotted 20 overs.
Well, it's a sorry sight. The bowling card for Solarwinds. Mohammad Akasha 1 for 41. Abdullah Ghazi 1 for 45. Everybody else has gone over 10 runs and over. Imran Gulfam going for 20. Unbelievable batting by Gymkhana. That fall of wickets column. Look at that. The first wicket falling at 182. That was of Mazhar Hussain after he'd already crossed 100. 245 for the loss of 2 wickets. This is a huge total. Gymkhana has a brilliant bowling attack, especially the fast bowling attack. Adil Shahzad bowls quick, swings the ball late. This is going to be a very difficult chase. Well, we will be back in just a minute with this run chase.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and very warm welcome once again from ICC Cricket Academy, as where Dubai Gymkhana posted a mammoth total batting first here. As Asiba Rahman there at the top led with 72, a 44, 44 and 119 by Mazhar Hussain really set up that partnership for that big total. Salim also chipped in with 27 and Ashir 22 of 14 deliveries. Absolute carnage. Great power hitting by Dubai Gymkhana after losing the toss. They asked to bat first in 245. They managed 20 overs batting first. Now the Solarwinds, nothing much to talk about. The bowling, Mohammad Akasha was expensive, went for 41. Fahd Tariq Butt for the 3 overs went for 38. Abdul Rahim bowled that 1 over for 13. Muhammad Umar Faisal, I thought he bowled well without luck, also went for 43. Imran Ghulam went for 20. And Ibtisam also very expensive. Abdullah Ghazi 4 overs 45 runs, so nothing much to talk about as far as their bowling is concerned. It's been pretty wavered and they've been hammered around the park. 245 is a big ask, batting second. Well, Solarwind, they got their work cut out. They have to go right from the word go and go gun blazing. It's a good looking batting wicket and there's plenty of dew around, so I expect Solarwind openers to get off to a fly start and make a match of it. It's quite wet out here. This wicket is held together pretty much well so far, winning the toss and bowling first. Well, that decision up till this point haven't gone their way for Solarwinds, but if they get off to a good start and put some pressure on Dubai Gymkhana, who knows, this could turn out to be a master stroke. To discuss things in more in depth, and I have the privilege and the wisdom of Farooq Kazmi alongside me.
Thank you, sir. Again, I think that was a poor decision to bowl first. Conditions completely different to the last game that Solarwinds played, and again another bowling first option. They tend to enjoy chasing, but a total of this magnitude, I'm sure they will not enjoy it. And as we've seen throughout this tournament, Adil Shahzad, their main bowler of the Gymkhana team, bowls really well under lights. He's going to take the new ball. Very attacking field.
Well, the thing I love about Farooq Kazmi is brutally honest there. Hitting the nail on the head straight away. And he has that presence, whether in his playing days or in the com box, to have that intimidating personality. A very nice lad. Starts off with the in swinger and gets off the mark, shy at the stumps. Well, couldn't agree with you more, Fari, because winning the toss and bowling first, yes, it's a strategy that teams tend to employ, and some teams have this strategy working for them, but you got to look at the conditions. Every single day is different, a position different. Some teams likes to bat first, so you can't play to their hands as well.
Absolutely, you play to your strengths, you stick to your strengths. And I personally believe batting first is an attacking option, and trying to chase is usually a very defensive option, where you want to, sort of look at what the opposition puts on the board, and then you can decide how you're going to go about chasing that down. I'm not of that school of thought. I'm usually look to be aggressive. That's a big booming in swinger, and Abdullah Ghazi has hit that into the gap. The ball racing away towards the first boundary for Solarwinds. Courtesy a good looking shot through the covers.
Yeah, a little bit of width, although it was attempted in swinger. There was certainly some seam movement back into the right hander, but once it passes that square at ICCA Academy, saves your legs, as We did quite a few times once it passed that in a ring. Usually it's a four for whether you run hard or you give it a full chase or not.
Well, I was off the thought, you know this better than anyone else, of saving my legs all the time.
Saving his legs in the ground but not in the gym. Well, great in swinger there. That legs were in trouble there. Abdullah Ghazi, big nip backer.
Well, bowlers that bowl those in-swinging deliveries will usually test your technique, will expose any kind of flaw that you have, and that's hit him pretty hard. We see him rubbing that thigh. Now he'll be a little hesitant getting that front foot across.
Yeah, that was very good delivery. If he gets his line right, his length right, I think he can really trouble Abdullah Ghazi, that create that bat and pad gap. It's going to be a challenge for the bowlers as well. It's quite wet out here. That's why they won the toss and decided to bowl first. The dew came in just after, even not halfway into their innings, but it's even more now. But you got to bat well. Make no mistake about it. You got to bat out of your skin if you want to pull this one off.
Now, of course, irrespective of what total they're chasing, they will have to try to go after it. At least try and make use of this power play. Because of the amount of dew that's on the ground here, the ball's not going to swing after 2 overs. And big booming in swinger, and this is played towards square leg at a good looking shot by Abdullah. He's up and running. He's got 2 consecutive boundaries.
That's a good start for Abdullah Ghazi. He's a positive batsman and looking to get on the front foot, and that in swing picked on the onside. Good signs for Solarwinds. 9 without loss after the first 4 deliveries. The opening start is always very, very important for any team to settle down the nerves in the dressing room. To bring that belief back, I think they need to score about 60, 70. It's a big ask, but I would say 60, 70 will really help them believe. He tumbles, direct hit, he was a goner.
Well, that's poor running. Abdullah was going nowhere. That was never a single there. Abdullah was trying to get off strike, but shy at the stumps, just missing. Had it hit, it was curtains for Abdullah Ghazi.
Well, I'm not sure he's wearing the spikes or the rubbers. If he's not wearing the spikes, that's not on. When you're playing on a greenish wicket like this with the dew on.
I think he is wearing grippers. He's not wearing spikes. Final ball of this first over. Another in swinger. Played down the ground. Doesn't get all of it, but decent enough start. They've got 10 runs. Something they were looking to do. 10 for no loss, end of the first.
Solarwinds are 10 without loss after the first over. And it's going to be Mazhar Hussain. He's done enough damage with the bat. Now he gets his chance with the ball. Oh, what a delivery. Late out swinger to start off.
And look at that. He's coming off a very short run-up. A gentle delivery first up. Hasn't really got his engine all warmed up, but has that ability to swing the ball late. Beaten Abdullah Ghazi comprehensively. He was in no position to play that.
Yeah, caught on the crease there. That front foot went nowhere. maybe he can bat outside the crease. After looking at that first delivery, there was certainly some movement around. Mazhar has got his tail up. Lovely outswinger, pushes it nicely. That's good running as well. Well, direct hit. I said that it was just a good run. That could have been a goner.
That was very lazy by Abdullah. Didn't really ground his bat. Thought that was a comfortable single, but had that hit, he's already been caught short twice now. Needs to be a little more aware of what he's going to do. Mazhar Hussain still not bowling very quick. He'll take a little bit of time. Nicely bowled, and he's gone. That's the kind of day this man is having. What a fantastic cricketer.
Well, great length, little bit of movement, but a poor shot. That shot selection from Abdullah Ghazi on that occasion clearly coming to the pressure. Oh, a wild swing across the line, outside edge. Simple catch for Asibur Rahman, and Mazhar Hussain is now amongst them with the ball as well. Abdullah Ghazi departs for 11. It's 12 for 1.
Shahrukh Sheikh, the new batter, with his team in a bit of bother. 12 for 1. Abdullah Ghazi dismissed for an ugly looking hoik across the line. Mazhar Hussain picks up his first wicket.
Important wicket as well, because Abdullah Ghazi was sent up the order to really go after the bowling. He picked up a couple of boundaries and then he departed to a poor shot. This is nicely bowled, and looking for that quick single there onto the front foot. Shahrukh Sheikh. Mazhar Hussain is still getting that movement. They got a slip in. This is good captaincy.
A very good captaincy. Realizing that there is movement, they've got one wicket. They can afford to have a catching option. That's a poor ball, full toss. Not timed as well as he would have liked. The ball's running away towards the longer part of the boundary, but the fielder picks it up well inside that boundary line.
Yeah, attempted outswinging Yorker, and the batsman didn't really time that one. Bottom of the bat, gets off the mark with a couple of runs. In a situation like this, it's Solarwinds, especially in the power play, chasing a mammoth total is about throwing caution to the wind, I guess, Furry, and hope that you have one of those days and somebody plays a blinder. What a delivery.
What a ball. What do you do when players are throwing these kind of deliveries at you? 14 for 1, end of 2 overs.
What a delivery. This one, the in swing. So these bowlers are complementing each other beautifully. Adil and Mazhar Hussain. One genuine outswing now followed up by the in swinger from Adil Shahzad.
Yeah, this is a perfect opening fast bowling pair. Every time I've watched these two bowl, I always talk about what you've exactly just said. This is a perfect opening pair. One takes the ball away, one brings it back in. Both bowl in very good areas, always posing a question to the batters.
Giving himself room and really looking to hit that one hard. Lost his shape. And thickish inside edge will fetch him a single. Well, in the shorter format of the game, especially in the wide ball, well, for anybody who can bring the ball back into the right-handers or the left-handers, been more effective than that outswing, because what happens is with the outswing, it allows you the width to open up the offside, but with the in-swing, it keeps coming back into you, cramps you for room. So in-swing is quite a bigger weapon. As we go at the higher level, at the first class level, outswing becomes very, very dangerous.
Especially for the longer format of the game, like you've mentioned rightly, yes, outswingers are usually preferred, but in-swingers always a wicket-taking option, isn't it? Like before, bowl have to play at it. Longer format of the game, you can afford to leave a few deliveries that are bowled moving away from you, but with the in-swing, you have to be very mindful of where your off stump is. You can't be leaving balls too close to that off stump.
Absolutely. And then it adds to your misery as well, that you need to score at a pace as well. So in longer format, you can, yes, you have the luxury of defending, but in wide ball cricket, you got to go after the ball. No room whatsoever. This is great bowling.
Absolutely. Very good bowling and good fielding as well. They can afford to give them a few overthrows. There was a shy at the stump, so that's okay. You shouldn't really mind that. That will also put doubts in the batters' minds as well, that, every time they're throwing the ball at the stumps, it's connecting to the stump. So we'll make sure that these batters stay right in their crease.
Absolutely. Now the amount of movement he's getting, if even he goes across the seam and gets one to hold its line, I tell you, the batsman will be in huge strife there, because he's playing for that in-swing.
That's a very, very good point. Yes. You being a batter are in a perfect position to talk about that. Look at that again. Big booming in-swinger here. Even a straighter delivery will completely deceive the batter.
Or he can get his length maybe 6 inches fuller and ask him to drive. This is nipping back off the seam but missing the stumps in terms of height. So the batsman is just getting that extra little second to see the ball off the pitch. But if he pitches it up in that blind spot and ask him to drive, he can disturb the furniture big time.
And he can afford to do that because of the kind of score that they've put on top. And I think he's heard you. Straight away, he's bowled that fuller. Shah Rukh gets his bat just in time. So, not the kind of start they were looking for Solarwinds. 3 overs done, 18 for 1.
$18 for 1, and they're making the ball talk. Look at that outswinger, no feet whatsoever. He's just walking into that drive. That front foot is not moving into the ball. No stable base for he. This is worrying signs for Solarwinds.
Yeah, that was a nothing shot. Again, you've pointed out a lot of technical flaws in Shah Rukh Sheikh's approach. He is walking into the shot, but not getting the foot towards the pitch of the ball, rather planting it straight down the ground.
Short delivery, poor delivery down the leg side. I think he's just getting carried away with that outswinger. Now trying the in-swinger to surprise the batsman, but you need to have great control on your skills. Not easy to bowl both swings with that control. Is going to be a welcome 5 runs, 5 wides. Well, coming back to that point of feet alignment, whenever a batsman fell over the crease, that means that in first instance his front foot was not far enough forward. If you plant your feet properly in the first instance, then your back leg will never come around.
Absolutely, that's a very good point. That is cricket 101. Beautifully bowled, and exactly what you were mentioning. His back foot came in front because of his front foot not really going towards the pitch of the ball. But what a ball that is. Unbelievable bowling by Mazhar Hussain.
Oh, that is a peach of a delivery. And Shahrukh Amin has made it even more unplayable by lack of feet movement. And he didn't look back. That was a peach of a delivery. No feet whatsoever. Don't look back at the carnage. That is not a great sight. Shahrukh goes. And they are in trouble here. 23 for 2. While Mazhar has picked up 2 wickets and going full, slightly too full there. Well, for Kazmi, things are looking pretty much bleak for Solarwinds at the moment.
As far as I'm concerned, they're done. Even if they had at least 40 here and still lost 3 wickets, I'd still give them benefit of the doubt. But right now, they don't look like they're going to chase this down or even get close. That's beautifully played by Mohsin. He is a very attacking batter, and this time bowled in his arc. He's got his foot right across. Played that beautifully.
Look at that. Even that ball swung away, tailed away from him, but look at the balance. The front foot stride and getting to the pitch of the ball. That's what balance does. Alignment, balance, so important. You need a stable base, and base is so important to hit the ball. Early on we seen Mazhar Hussain, tremendous balance. It's not about your moving your feet a great deal. It's about having a stable base.
Yes, that is very, very important. This time he's spooned one up towards cover, but doesn't carry to the fielder. Another very good point you've made, Asghar. Any youngsters listening, to be able to hit the ball hard or hit the ball sweetly, you need to have a very solid base. Foundation is everything.
This is up in the air. A chance, a difficult chance. Oh, been put down here.
The skipper Adnan Kaisar spills difficult sort of chance, but good batting here. Good bowling, beg your pardon, by Mazhar Hussain, creating those chances. Solarwinds 29 for 2 end of 4 overs.
Adil Shahzad will continue. Oh, that is the length. That is the line. How did he miss the off stump? Narrowly missing there by a whisker.
What a ball. Oof. Unbelievable. He's bowling at good pace, Asghar. Yeah, yes, he is moving the ball, but he's bowling quite quick here.
He's not just putting it there. He's bowling it in with full venom, charging in. That movement back into the right-hander. They got to be really careful now. Forget about chasing this total. It's about playing for your pride and giving himself room. You're asking for trouble, I'm afraid. That's not a great shot.
But again, going towards cover region, why not play straight down the ground? Easiest shot in the book. Yes, he is getting the ball to swing in late, but that is an easier option rather than going across the swing. Poor batting by Nile, but brilliant, brilliant bowling. I think he's heard you, and he's pitched it right up there. Nile Tanveer back to the pavilion. 2 for his stay at the crease. 29 for 3.
Janzeb walks in with his team in huge amount of trouble. 29 for 3. And he's got his work cut out. Watch out for that booming in swinger. First up, cut him into half.
He was a year late on that shot. Not expecting it to be as quick as it was. Janzeb usually prefers to open the innings. It still seems like he is opening the innings. Ball still swinging unbelievably. What a bowler Adil Shahzad is.
Well, he's got his work cut out. Use of the feet, a big hike across the line. What are you doing, mate? It's about you cannot get those 217 runs in this over. So you got to apply yourself. I think Solarwinds from here onwards for Okazmi, they're looking down the barrel. It's going to be almost impossible to chase this one. Let's play for some pride. What's going on in their think tank and get some positive for the next games. Get some match practice for these batsmen in the middle.
If I'm being totally honest with you, Azhar Khan, the kind of approach these batters are showing right now is not a fighter's approach. A fighter's approach would be to grind it out, to play out this difficult phase. But that's not what they're looking to do. They're looking to try and be aggressive. If it comes off, it looks good. If it doesn't, then they have the excuse that we were chasing 250 runs.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. But in these sort of situation, we are been through that. It's not always about being aggressive. You got to have a method. You got to have a technique. And right now, they are looking at C. 5 overs gone, 29 for 3. Mazhar Hussain will continue here. Oh, almost snuck underneath the bat. There's definitely movement. I haven't seen the batsman make any technical changes. Well, Farooq Kazmi, you need to adapt, and sometime you have to bat outside the crease, bat to off stump. These sort of tactics been missing here.
Absolutely, another nothing shot. Mazhar Hussain, a very smart operator, he's pulled that length back. He's seen him try to hit him through the line the previous over to the ball that was pitched up. This time he's pulled it back and gets another wicket.
Smart bowling. Hitting the deck hard with little bit of movement. Nothing short there. Just going across the line. And he pays the price. Mohsen goes for 6. It's 29 for 4. What a figures for Mazhar Hussain. What a game for him. 100 with the bat, and now verge of a fifer the way he's bowling. A nice outswinger as well. Fahd Tariq Butt walks in. He wasn't expecting to walk in inside 6 overs, Fari.
Unbelievable performance. Don't be surprised if Mazhar gets a fifer. The way he's played today certainly looks like it's his day, and he's not put a foot wrong.
Very good delivery there. They're coming back for the second. No. Well, with the way he was going, he was, I think, around 30, 40, and we called it. It is 100 for the taking, and he obliged with both hands. Now, if he picks up a fifer, it's for Kazmi, it's hard to believe that it's a 2020 game. It just gives me the feeling of a 4-day or a first-class game or a one-day international, 100, then 5 wickets in such a short span of time.
That shows you the kind of day he's having. And you mentioned to me, while I was being a little critical of him, he's not doing justice to his talent because he's getting out in the 60s and 70s. And you corrected me saying that don't be surprised if he gets 100 on 40 deliveries. And he's done that, exactly.
He's that kind of player. A real impact player, an outside edge. And he gets away with it. Well. Not a great shot, but a fortunate way to fetch him another boundary. 6 overs gone. It's 34 for 4.
Again, a nothing shot coming down the track, head falling over. Trying to play an ugly shot across the line. Chanzeb gets off the mark with a boundary, 30 for 4, end of 6 overs.
Well, the first power play comes to an end. 6 overs, 34 for 4, chasing 246. Solarwinds I'm sure in the halfway stage they would have discussed to get off to a flyer. Well, it's been a complete disaster, and the opening bowlers, opening pair of Adil Shahzad and Mazhar Hussain, have really rocked them big time, Furry.
Yeah, there's very contrasting power plays for both teams. Solarwinds losing 4 wickets, striking at 5.5. Gymkhana not losing any and striking in excess of 12. It's been that sort of a day. Ever since that flip of the coin, everything's gone absolutely haywire for Solarwinds.
That flip of the coin causing all the damage for Solarwinds. Flight 8, full toss, straight to backward point for Tariq Butt.
Even the full tosses are going to hand. That'll be a very forgettable day for Solarwinds. Mind you, this is my team. I used to play for Solarwinds, so I'd want these lads to forget this day as soon as they can.
I think it's going to be hard to forget that. They lost another one. This time Fahad Tariq Butt goes across the line. Swing and the stumps been uprooted.
Adnan Kaisar, skipper today, everything he's done, everything he's touched has turned to gold. Picks up his first wicket, 34 for 5.
Now, if the Sam walks out, he's got plenty of experience and he needs to put up a fight. Well, for Kazmi, they are falling like 9 pins at the moment. They need to put up some resistance.
Yeah, absolutely, they need to at least get to some sort of decency. Put up a score of 160, 150, 170. At this point, even to 100. They've just looked very toothless. Absolutely no clue on how do they go about chasing this total. Forget about chasing, at least get close to the total.
Well, the margin of defeat needs to be looked upon as well. And right now, that margin of defeat is 211 runs away. It's like a test match. Trailing by 211.
Like I said, this is going to be a forgettable day for Solarwinds. They've won a game previous outing. Their confidence was sky high, but we keep coming back to that toss. That was not what they should have done. They would have batted completely different had they taken first strike today. When you're looking at a score of 245, what do you do?
Well, that scoreboard pressure makes even the best in the business do silly things. And now you see there's even more due, but there's no pressure on whatsoever on the bowlers because they got the game done in just 7 overs. They are 5 down for 35 at the moment.
End of 7 overs, 35 for 5.
$35 for 5 after 7 overs. Solarwinds are struggling. It's been a disaster. Power play for them, and they've kept on losing wickets. They are on the verge of a big defeat here, as I welcome Samir Yunus in the com box to take you through for the next couple of overs.
Thank you, Asghar. Well, we've truly enjoyed the batting from Dubai Gymkhana. Now we're enjoying their bowling. And sitting next to you guys, I've enjoyed your discussions as well, Asghar and Farooq. Some good cricketing knowledge being shared on here. Munad is introduced into the attack as the skipper Ibtisham will now look to try and get some runs under his belt, and he starts off this 8th over with a boundary. A nice looking drive past point. Didn't look to hit it too hard, made sure he got it in the gap. And these are boundaries that didn't come when they were needed early on in this innings. And because of that, not only are they far behind on the run rate, they've also lost half their side. Now it's about trying to bat out the 20 overs, get some time in the middle, as Asghar was explaining earlier on. That's the least they could do in what has become a lost cause now for the Solarwinds. Nice looking shot once again, beautifully driven. This time it'll go straight to the fielder. He'll hit the boundary, Ibtisham, and get off strike, which is probably the right thing to do here. Both these batters will do with some time in the middle here. They've got a few more games to come, so all is not lost with this performance, which they will want to forget as early as possible. On the other hand, Gymkhana have been absolutely brilliant. Everything they're doing is turning out to be perfect for them. Yes, they lost the toss, but that's about the only thing they lost today. Solarwinds choosing to bowl first, and surely the man in the middle, Ibtisham, will still be regretting it. Munad Akbari into his first over. Oh, he's looked to guide that down towards third man. For a moment, I thought he got the edge there. The ball moved after it passed Junzab. So still finding some movement under lights here at the ICCA Academy. And generally find that with the newer ball, as a fast bowler, if you're willing to bend your back, hit the right spots, that bounce and movement can really trouble you, as the top order batters of Solarwinds found out thanks to a brilliant bowling spell, especially from Mazhar Hussain. This has been nicely hit down the ground. Don't think he got all of it. The fielder will be able to cut that off. They're coming back for the second, so good intent being shown here by the big man, Junzabi sir. I'm sure he too realizes that this game is done and dusted for them. Now it's about finding form, finding rhythm, and getting some much needed runs under their belts. Run rate will also come into play in this tournament. 8 teams in each group. So of course, where you finish in the group will determine who you play in the quarterfinals against the other group, top 4. So lots at stake, lots to play for still. All is not lost for the Solarwinds. This has been nicely hit, and it goes over long off. And I think that might just be the first 6 of this Solarwinds innings. Off the bat of the big man, Junzab. Finally breaking loose, breaking the shackles, and getting a couple of boundaries in this over. They've been under the pump. They've been peppered with some brilliant bowling with the new ball. And just as soon as the power play is done, they're freeing their arms, albeit a little too late here for the Solarwinds. 198 runs still away from that target of theirs. This has been nicely pushed towards third man. Junzab will get a single there. So he's got into double figures here. This partnership now worth 15. They'll have to bat together for a long time. End of 8, 49 for 5. Adnan Kaisar, the skipper, has picked up a wicket. And now he's back for his second over. Starts off brilliantly.
Very good delivery, skidding them on. He's bowling a nice teasing length. Not too full, not too short. And with that dew and a little bit of grass on this track, he's skidding them on. He has to be careful playing off the back foot.
Nicely cut away. Well, it'll just be a single. Yeah, you're right. It's never easy to grip the ball in these conditions, but Adnan Kesar has done really well here. He's not seen him bowl a bad ball as yet in his 7 deliveries.
Picked up a wicket as well. So things are looking really good for Dubai Gymkhana. Nicely bowled. Good effort as well. Picks up a single.
Yeah, this is slow going now for Solarwinds. It is just going through the motions, isn't it? Game is now done and dusted, way beyond their reach. Gymkhana have done brilliantly today. Well, they'll want to be ruthless and finish things off as soon as possible. That's for sure. Down the track, stumps, gone. Junzabizar, he got a couple of boundaries in the previous over, looking to repeat that, played for the spin. There wasn't any, straight through the gate, and the keeper does the rest.
Beautifully bowled once again. Not a great shot and great glove work there. A tough take because it was drifting back into the right-hander and was unsighted for a while, but nice glove work from Asibur Rahman. Jinzeb departs. 51 for 6 now. Struggling is Solarwinds.
Six wickets down, Solarwinds. 51 runs on the board, not even 10 overs completed. And I was just looking at their positions in the table here. Gymkhana, they've been dominant in this match, but not so much in the tournament, Asghar. It is Imran Gulfam who has come out to bat. Kesar has picked up 2 wickets already. And again, a very good delivery to welcome him. So just to get back on that points table, Gymkhana have played 6 and won only 2, lost 4, whereas Solarwinds 5, won 3 and lost 2. So on the table, Solarwinds are on top, but in today's encounter, they're way below Gymkhana in terms of how they've played their game.
Well, this is very important for Solarwinds to just keep fighting. 9 overs gone, 51 for 6.
Salim Abdul Quddus into the attack. Another wrist spinner being deployed here. Oh, nicely bowled again. Very good stuff this. The fast bowlers, the spinners, they've been right on the money tonight. Not easy to bowl in these conditions, Asghar, but they've done brilliantly.
Yeah, they have lots of runs to play with it, and that confidence helping them as well. And they've been very, very professional as well. Shown great control.
They're coming back for the second there, and they'll do it comfortably. No field over there, pushing it down towards leg. Well, we were wondering why Gymkhana have been down below today, Mazhar Hussain has just turned up for them. 3 wickets with the ball, but more importantly, 119 runs with the bat. That's the contribution of 3 players that he's done alone. That has been the difference today between these two teams. Down the leg side, should be called a wide.
Yeah, that individual brilliance, sometimes what happened can really inspire the team and the players around you as well. So upcoming games, you watch out Dubai Gymkhana. Asibur Rahman is in very good form. The bowling is all of a sudden started. The other bowlers are also chipping in. Lofted on the offside for a single. So Dubai Gymkhana, I'm sure they're up for the contest for the rest of the games as well.
Well, I'm sure anyone who watched that innings from Mazhar Hussain will now take serious note of the ability of that batter. And if he can do that against top quality sides and continue to do so, then he'll also raise some eyebrows at higher levels, maybe even at national selections, because some of the shots he played today, Asghar, were absolutely brilliant. Enjoyed every bit of it. Of course, Solarwinds wouldn't have. But from a neutral's perspective and just to call the game, it's just been a privilege seeing some of those shots being played by him.
It was absolutely brilliant. Full toss. Finds the gap on the offside for a single. The way he strike the ball this evening, a power through the offside, through the leg side, straight down the ground, was absolute carnage. And to have a player like him at the top of the order for Dubai Gymkhana, and then he's a genuine all-rounder who takes the new ball. It is a great luxury to have as a captain.
Last ball of the over, pushed down towards long off by Ibtisham. And it'll be a single to end the over. So good first over from Salim Abdul Quddus, 6 off it. Halfway mark. Solarwinds are going nowhere with this. A one-sided contest. 57 for 6.
Adnan Kasser will continue here. A nice strong one to start off.
Yeah, both the spinners in operation now. And they've both been pretty accurate. Yes, not the kind of phase in the game where the batters will look to go after them. However, they've still bowled very nicely. With offer on that occasion, cut away straight to points. A bit of a fumble. They would have run the single anyway. So if the Sham gets on strike, Imran Gulfam will now take strike against Adnan Kasser. Just 4 runs in 2.5 overs and picked up 2 wickets.
He's been relentless when it comes to his line and length. Look at that, on the money. And the batsmen are in that sort of shell. If they lost 6 wickets, they're just now looking to occupy the crease. Perhaps the top order could have done a little bit of this. Weather the storm against the new ball, they would have been in a lot better position now.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of panic that's set in for the Solarwinds batters. This is up in the air. 1 bounce to the fielder. He came in thinking it might just carry, but I don't think Imran Gulfam got all of it. And in the end, it'll just be a single. So there was a bit of panic that was very visible in the top order batters of Solarwinds. Perhaps taken aback by that big total that they've been set to chase. This one's once again chipped down the ground. This one will find the feet to go all the way to the boundary.
A welcome boundary for Ibtisam. Finally something to cheer about. If you are Solarwind fans, there's 63 for 6. And 1 more delivery to go. Adnan Kasser is just giving the ball a little bit of air, looking to induce him to playing that big shot. Last ball. Quicker delivery, back to his basic stock delivery. Pushes it away to mid-off. Good fielding as well. 11 overs gone. It's 64 for 6.
But he gets another go as Solarwinds are stuttering along at 64 for 6. Imran Gulfam is on strike and he is trying to stitch a partnership here with his keeper Ibtisham. Pushed outside off and nicely driven away towards extra cover. Should just be a single. Lots of dew settled in now. Yeah, the ICCA Academy, not the easiest to grip the ball, but Gymkhana have done well, set a huge target to Solarwinds, so that dew won't trouble them too much because they've battered Solarwinds out of the game.
They have got so many runs to play with. 181 still of 53, and run rate is just required run is about 20 runs per over. Wrapped on the pass. Maybe a slight inside edge have saved him. Mujahid Raza is a top umpire. Been around for a long time. That's clearly missing as well.
Yeah, I thought there was an inside edge and clearly no leg by indicated from the umpire, so that confirms it. It was a run. Otherwise, it was hitting straight at the stumps had it not been a bit of bat there, so saving him, Imran Gulfam, on that occasion. This has been chipped in the air. The fielder's getting underneath it. In fact, he did get underneath it, but just went through straight into his palms and out of it. And it'll just be a single.
Well, there's certainly a chance going down there. It's in the air for a long time. There's plenty of time to get under it. He hasn't been able to get into that great position that you need. Was unsure to go fingers pointing skywards or going the reverse cup. A real blemish in the field for Dubai Gymkhana. They've done really well.
Yeah, they've been brilliant all night. On that occasion, it was Saad Naeem, the guilty party. Now, to follow that dropped catch with an overthrow, it'll just be one run, so they won't be complaining. Well, this game is going nowhere for Solarwinds. 68 for 6, they're down and out. Gymkhana are right on top of it now. It's only a matter of time. And the question will be whether will they bat the 20 overs or get bowled out and lose all their wickets. Short delivery, inviting the batter to try and cut him on the off. He lets it go. Ibtisham.
Well, Solarwind, at best they can do is bat 20 overs, get somewhere around 120, another 60, another 50, 60 runs to do some recovery for their net run rate for the future game coming up in this tournament. So they got to set those small targets and look to bat 20 overs.
And this has gone horribly wrong for Akbari. It'll be a wide, and I think now the dew is really troubling them. Unable to grip the ball, and now he's even slipping on his landing foot. Never easy bowling in these conditions.
Well, that toss could have proved to be a factor if Solarwind have contained them to a score of 160, 170 at this stage. If they have wickets in hand, that could have really come in handy. So in hindsight, we predict and say things in a manner, but what happens on the day is what is matters. A terrific Yorker to really end another good over. 12 overs done, 69 for 6.
Adnan Kesar will bowl out his 4 overs. He's bowled brilliantly tonight. This one straight down the leg side. Should be a leg by. Another 1 run here. 176 required in 47 deliveries. With the Sham and Imran Gulfam just want to delay the inevitable.
Yeah, they're trying to put up a fight. Adnan Kasser, he's been brilliant. Predominantly, those deliveries are coming on with the arm. No real spin. More or less, it's the top spinners, the wrong ones, coming back into the right-hander. Ibtisam has shown some resistance, 19 of 17 deliveries.
This one's been nicely driven down to long off. Put you on the spot there, Asghar. You're the skipper of Solarwinds. You need 4 wickets to close the game early. What are you doing? Who are you going to? Which bowler are you going to utilize to pick up the remaining 4 wickets?
I think I will go to my premier fast bowler, Adil. I think he's got over left. Or maybe wrapped on the pads. Or maybe someone who doesn't usually bowl. Try to buy a wicket. Try to make the batsman relax and tempt him to do something silly. And also bring the field up as well.
Yeah, just bait them. Don't you bring a part-timer maybe. Ask him to just float it up there. Okay, sir. Seems to be quite content on allowing these 2 batters to get those 1s and 2s. It's fine. The keeper will take the bails off, but they will complete the 2 runs quite comfortably. A brilliant spell from Adnan Kesar is coming to an end. He's given away only 13 runs in his 23 deliveries bowled so far. Picked up a couple of wickets. That middle order of Solarwinds not contributing thanks to the skipper bowling really, really well. Yeah, he thought about going for that slog sweep there, Imran. But just at the last moment, playing it with a straight bat. 13 completed. It's 73 for 6. Thirteen overs done, 73 for 6. This is match number 52 of the ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League. A very one-sided game, one might call it. And this will go down the leg side for a wide. A quick mention of our sponsors who have helped us put together this brilliant tournament. The tournament organizer, the venue, as always, amazing to come back here and play a game, watch a game, call a game. ICC Academy, brilliant facilities here. Our streaming partner where you're catching all this action live, Fan Code. Our support sponsors, 7 Districts. Our YouTube streaming partner, Cricfit. And of course, our broadcast and event partner, Sport Ethics. A big thank you to all of these generous sponsors for helping us put together this brilliant tournament and making it a success. This is up in the air, will fall safely, should fall safely as they collect a couple more runs. And Asghar, who was with me, will take a break, and back in the com box is Mr. Farooq Azmi. Farooq, welcome back. This game is now done and dusted, just a matter of going through the formalities.
Thank you, Samir. This game was done and dusted right in the power play. That's where I called it. It's a poor effort by these boys. Usually a very fighting group, but today it's just been completely blown away courtesy some brilliant cricket by Gymkhana.
Well, that was lucky. Munad Akbari bowled a good delivery there, just outside off stump. Opening the face of the bat with the Sham. Looking to push that towards third man. I don't think he wanted to play that so close to the keeper, but he's lucky it hasn't carried to the keeper. And that'll be a welcome boundary.
Now that was a good ball. Edgish shot that by Sayyid Ibtisam. Very strong through that offside. Previous game he played one shot towards that point region. A couple of shots rather. One was a 6-over point. What a shot that was. I personally love those shots played through that offside.
80 for 6 now. Still 166 runs away from the target. This is a big shot again. He's made a decent enough connection, and that should run away to the boundary. Yes, it does. So back-to-back boundaries here for Abdisham. He's playing for some form here and getting a few runs under his belt.
Yeah, this is a good looking shot again. After hitting that boundary, he's signaling towards that dugout for a change of bats. Didn't get all of it, but made decent enough connection. Samir, what would you have done differently for the Solarwinds had you come out chasing this mammoth total?
Well, you're asking the wrong person. I'm a fast bowler, not a batter. But yeah, I guess it's about not panicking, first of all. Nicely played towards point. You first have to tell yourself that if they could put up that score on this pitch, then we should be able to as well. You back your best batters to go out there, and yes, just because you're chasing a 200 plus score, there's no need to play anything new. There's no need to play shots that you're not used to playing. Play the ball to its merits. Hit proper cricketing shots. And put a value to your wicket. Yes, you might not be able to chase down 9 times out of 10, 200 plus is always a tough score to chase. But it's about putting up a fight. Nicely pulled away. This should run away to the boundary as well. In fact, a bit of footsie there down at deep square leg. We'll save a couple of runs here. But what do you think the discussion must have been for Solarwinds at the halfway stage? Yes, you've just been pumped for 240 plus as a bowling unit. You go back to the dressing room. What do you think the skipper must have discussed with the batters, or what the instructions must have been?
Well, I know for a fact that they have talked about getting off to a flyer in that power play. But what was missing was just the way they wanted to go about getting those runs. They played some extraordinary shots. That's an outside edge. Gets a timely boundary. Another one. 3 in the over. Now Akbari's been expensive. We'll come back to that point, Samir. And the 14 overs, 90 for 6. Adil Shahzad is back into the attack to try and pick up wickets. Coming back to the point you were making, Samir. Solarwinds try to play some unorthodox shots. Try to play shots that they usually don't play. That's a very good point that you've made, that you try to go after the bowling, but you play shots that you usually play. Shots that are your strong suits. That's what's been missing. They didn't know how to go about getting those quick runs.
Well, in summary, the answer is quite simple. If somebody asks what happened to Solarwinds, I'll say Mazhar Hussain happened. Simply put.
Absolutely. What a day he's had. 3 wickets, 100. Striking at 253. And there he's on your screen. He's all over the ground today. Donning that number 83.
Well, that'll be another boundary. So a few boundaries now in the last couple of overs. as these two batters showing a bit more intent here. Should have been much earlier in this innings. However, they are now getting a few runs. This will be a thick outside edge and go past the keeper.
Yeah, streaky boundary. They've had a few of those in this run chase. 96 for 6. 150 more required in 34 balls. 26.47. Adil Shahzad. What a bowler he's been with the new ball.
Oh, lovely delivery in the block hole. Got his bat down on time, Imran. And managed a single there. He was brilliant with the new ball, wasn't he? Him and Mazhar Hussain had the top order of Solarwinds completely perplexed. Some good swing bowling under lights here at the ICCA Academy. Bit of moisture, so obviously it will take a bit of movement. But still, you've got to land it in those right spots. And they did it with some serious pace. Had no answers, the Solarwinds top order batters.
Adil Shahzad blew them away completely. What's enabled Mazhar Hussain to pick those 3 wickets is because Adil Shahzad was bowling absolute thunderbolts from the other end.
And now he's bowled a couple of good deliveries in the block hole, looking to try and pick up these remaining 4 wickets. They like to have Solarwinds all out. Remember, Gymkhana are still at the bottom of the table, one before last. They've only won 2 in their 6 games, which is quite surprising to me, unless, of course, they've not had their regular players. But the performance they've put in today shows that they're a much better team than that. Nicely hit, straight to mid-off. A few full tosses here, and that must be because of the dew out there. Never easy to bowl.
Yeah, they have lost a lot of games, and the star performer Mazhar Hussain hasn't clicked in any of those games. As soon as he was amongst the runs, they've started winning. First game that they played, Mohammad Hassan scored a beautiful 100. That was the first win for them. But after that, it's just been not really in the competition. And that's beautifully bowled. A slow ball Yorker beats everyone.
Well, even Lady Luck is feeling sorry for Solarwinds, and she's offering them boundaries for consolation. And with that boundary, they'll get to their 3-figure mark and get to 102. Brilliantly bowled, getting down the track there, Imran. Gets the toe end of the bat, and that'll run away to the fine leg boundary. So at the end of 15, with just 5 overs left in this game, it's 102 for 6.
So Munad Akbari is taken off the attack. Salim Abdul Quddus is brought in. Another wrist spinner. That's ball down leg side. Can't really grip the ball, understandably, because of the dew.
He's bowled just the 1 over. He's now back, as the faster bowlers are finding it hard to grip the ball here in these conditions. But much better off using the wrist spin. Get through the overs quickly as well. It's already past midnight here in Dubai. 12:15. As this game draws to a close in favour of Dubai Gymkhana. Flighted, nicely driven away. The fielder should get around it. As it lost a few legs there, the ball. And they will get a couple of runs. So Ibtisham has looked good, the skipper. 39 for him. But it won't be enough tonight.
Yeah, it's a good little batting practice for Saeed Ibtisham. Will fare him well for the rest of the tournament. A lot of empty spaces, a lot of field changes. Wide extra cover now. Be targeting to bowl outside off stump.
But struck the pad there. Polite inquiry from the bowler. And even he knew that there was way down leg side. Get a couple of leg buys here.
Required run rate touching 30. They'll need a Glenn Maxwell. I doubt if Glenn Maxwell could chase it down from here.
You're asking for too much, Farouk. 30 per over for the next 4.5 overs. I've seen crazy things happen in cricket, but not this crazy. At least not as yet. This is drawn back the length. He's been pretty full and offered a bit of flight on that occasion. Just pulling it back. And push that nicely towards long off for another single. So 108 runs now. Slowly, this game is drawing to an end, much to the misery of everyone out here, including us here in the comm box. Well bowled. Skidded through.
That's a quicker one. Bowls a very decent quicker delivery, disguises it well. That was into the keeper's mitts before Imran could get his bat down. Lucky they didn't kiss the off stump.
Yeah, now he's nicked it. This one was flighted outside the off, inviting him to go for that big drive. Imran taking the bait and getting the outside edge. Salim Abdul Quddus picks up his first wicket and the 7th one of this Solarwinds innings.
Now that's smartly bowled, tossed it up, threw it outside off stump, asking the batter to hit him through that offside towards that longer part of the boundary. Imran Ghulam walks back to the pavilion. Solarwinds 108 for 7.
One more delivery left in this over, the 16th over. Salim Abdul Quddus has picked up the wicket of Imran Gulfam as Abdur Rahim comes out to bat. For Solarwinds in that number 9. They've lost 7 wickets now. Nicely pushed for a number 9 batter. That looked like a decent shot from Abdur Rahim. Successful over for Salim Abdul Quddus, 109 for 7 at the end of 16. Three wickets to go, 17th over about to start. It's Samad Khan who has been introduced into the attack very late. But they won't mind having a bowl, all of them. By Gymkhana right on top of this game. Wow, what a hit this one is. But has he got the distance though? Nope, he hasn't. Reverse cup. And the catch will be taken. Abdur Rahim's stay on the crease has been cut short thanks to a well-judged catch by Adil Shahzad. And that will be the 8th wicket down for Solarwinds. Samad Khan successful with just his first delivery. In the slot, Abdur Rahim went for that big shot. Just looking for some glory to end this innings, but got a lot of elevation. Not enough distance. He will walk away after having faced just 2 deliveries and made just 1 run. Abdur Rahim. Samad Khan now among the wickets. 109 for 8 Solarwinds. 8 wickets down now for Solarwinds as Dubai Gymkhana look to bowl them out here. Akasha out to bat, joins his captain. Starts off with a full toss to him, Samad Khan. Now Akasha gets off the mark with that push down towards long on. Adil Shehzad again into the act. And in fact, it's being called a no ball. Samad Khan will have to bowl that again, and also will be a free hit to Ibtisham Seth, the skipper, who's been out there and looked the only batter who's seen comfortable so far.
It was quite surprising. Samad Khan's brought into the attack quite late. Even in the previous game, wasn't asked to bowl. He's also one of those bowlers that gets that ball to swing in to the right-handers, but not been asked to bowl so far. But he's picked up a wicket straight away.
Firmly hit. It is a free hit, and it's gone past the fielder at mid-off. They've brought in the fielder because the batter's changed strike, and because of that, Ibtisham has found the gap to get a boundary. He moves on to 44 now, so a bit of silver lining in what has been a very sorry cause here for Solarwinds, and that's the skipper getting among the runs.
Yeah, he'll want to get to a 50, but he's losing out of partners. He'll be looking to get one off the screws for a maximum to get to his 50. Played well, batted well.
Looking for that big shot through the offside, got the inside edge, the fielder coming around, get a couple more runs. In fact, there's an opportunity here, but no, the running has been decent. Samad Khan, after picking up a wicket on the first ball, has just lost his way a little bit here.
Yeah, I think that's been his problem, those no balls. He's bowled quite a few in the game where he did share that new ball with Adil Shehzad. I think it was against Alif Pharma. They had the Alif Pharma batters in all sorts of trouble as well. But since that game, he's not been asked to bowl.
Full toss, chipped towards long off. Will be a single. Well, when you say no balls, it reminds me of, I don't know if you'll remember the Sri Lankan fast bowler Dilhara Fernando. He was fast, he was quick, but he had a problem with no balls, a big problem with no balls. So much so that now this is something a lot of non-Sri Lankans don't know, is that the place where he comes from, where he used to live before he played cricket, just outside of Colombo in the north, it's a place called Jaila, and the junction where his house is now officially called the No Ball Junction. And I'm not kidding.
No way.
And when I say officially, I mean at least among Sri Lankans who travel. So when you are on your way to Colombo and someone asks you, where are you? I'm just at the No Ball Junction. I'll be there shortly.
Wow.
That's a record he wouldn't like to have, but unfortunately, it's something that's associated with him.
Yeah, he was built like a tank, Dilara Fernando. Oh, he was one of my favorite bowlers in the Sri Lankan team. He bowled good pace, bowled those short of length deliveries and hurried on to the batters. Good bowler to have in your side.
He's now involved with a bit of Legends League cricket. Samad Khan's over comes to an end. The 17th one is done and dusted. This game should be done and dusted very soon. Will it be a couple of wickets or will it be the 3 overs that will be bowled out? That's the only question that remains to be answered in what has been a very long night for Solarwinds. 118 for 8. Salim Abdul Quddus will bowl his third in the hope that he could maybe add to that wicket tally of his 1 for 11 for him tonight. It is the skipper who's on 47. Well, he'll look to try and get to his 50 now. He moves on to 48 with that single. It is a direct hit. And the batter did crease it. Imran Murray, does he want to go upstairs? Well, Salim wants him to.
Imran Munir very confident. Gives that not out. That was well bowled by Salim. Bowled that quicker one, and Ibtisam gets inches closer to his half century. 48 of 32. He's played well. Mohammad Akasha. He can hit a long ball, but his captain won't want him to. Want him to probably just try and rotate strike.
That was very close to going through the gate. Got the inside edge. They're looking for 2 here. And they'll come back for it quite comfortably. So, 16 deliveries left in this innings. 126 runs away. 125 runs away. Doable.
Absolutely. If they bat another time. 16 more balls. Again, another quicker one. Bowls that really well. And understandably, because he can't really grip the ball to give it that rip. He's trying to bowl a lot of seam up deliveries, but doesn't change his action a lot. Quite deceptive.
Yeah, not easy to read. Both these wrist spinners have been brilliant. The skipper, Kaisar, and now Salim Abdul Quddus. Offering flight, takes the outside edge, straight to the fielder and popped again. Well, they've dropped a couple of catches now. It's Adil again, I think, over there at point. Salim isn't a happy man. Yes, it is Adil. He dropped one, caught one, and he's dropped one again. So the pattern is the next one he's going to hold on.
But the question I have for you, Samir, is there going to be a next one? That was an absolute sitter. By it. Because of the dew, I'm told by our director, that the dew is playing its role. That ball popped out of his hands.
Director Mr. Mohsin is a keen follower of the game. Loves watching every ball closely, while also mixing the vision and bringing us these beautiful pictures. Thank you, sir, for your hard work. Lots of flight with the Sham. In fact, it's Akasha who hits that down towards long off. And he'll finally give strike to his captain. But unfortunately, the over is done and dusted. So Ibn Sham will have to wait to get to his 50. 124 for 8.
Samad Khan bowled his second over and final over of this innings. That's played wide of that cover fielder down towards long off. A fumble by Salim. Let's Akasha pick 2. He moves on to 10. .126 for 8. 65.45 the required run rate. Tries to go for a big shot. The skipper calls him for that single. Just too shy of well-deserved half century. He's played well. He's the only batter who's looked solid today. Got timely boundaries away. But sadly, there's been no one that's given him any kind of support.
Yeah, he did come in at a situation where the game was pretty much beyond him, so he could afford to take his time. He's built up this innings of his to get to 48. Oh, nicely bowled into him, Samad Khan. Never easy to get those away when the ball is angling into your ribs. So he'll have to wait a bit more here. 9 deliveries left in this innings. 2 runs to get for Syed Ibtisham. It's going to be a big margin of victory here for Gymkhana, and that should help their run rate as well. They are in the bottom part of the table in this second group, Group B of the ACL. Shot pulled away. There's a fielder there, and it'll go straight to him. So an anti-climax for the skipper, Ibtisham Seth, looking to get his 50 with a glory shot, finds the lone fielder down at deep mid-wicket.
Well, a good-looking innings comes to an end. Trying to go for that big hit over mid-wicket, hitting into the longer part of the boundary, didn't get all of it. Seth Ibtisham dismissed for 34 ball 48. 6 boundaries in that innings. 127 for 9 Solarwinds.
One wicket away from victory, Dubai Gymkhana. Samad has picked up 2 now. 8 deliveries left in this innings. 127 for 9 Solarwinds as the young Umar Faisal comes out to bat. And he's bowled him. Samad Khan right through the gate, angling in to the young Umar Faisal, who presents the face to the bat, front foot, but he's too late as Samad Khan beats him for pace and rattles the off stump. And Solarwinds with that wicket are bowled out for just a mere 127 runs, chasing 240 plus set by Dubai Gymkhana. An all-round comprehensive performance by the men in the dark pink shade. Right at the top with the bat, Hasibur Rahman, and that man, Mazhar Hussain. It's been all about him tonight. Scored a whirlwind 100, one of the fastest of the tournament. Ably assisted by Hasibur Rahman with a brilliant 60 for him. And then he came back, Mazhar Hussain, with the ball, picked up 3 wickets at the top. Adil also picking up 1 in the middle orders. Kesar and Abdul Quddus Salim also picking up wickets. Really never allowing Solarwinds to get any eye in with their response and with the bat. So eventually, Dubai Gymkhana win the game quite comfortably. And a much needed 2 points for them as they come up in that points table from one before last position. Solarwinds, well, they're never in the game. They've won 3 in this tournament after playing 5. This loss is something they'll have to put behind them and forget about very, very quickly. Come back strong in the tournament. Gymkhana will take a lot of confidence from this game. They know they have the players to do it. They know they have the ability and the skill to be a very competitive team in this tournament. And they've shown us today with some superb performances. Handshakes as the game draws to an end. And as always, this tournament has been played in the best of spirits among these very well-known cricketers to each other. Dubai Gymkhana and Solarwinds. As we draw close to yet another entertaining day of cricket here at the ICCA Academy. That is how Solarwinds responded to the mammoth target of 240 plus. At the top, Nail, Abdullah Ghazi, Shahrukh Sheikh, Mohsin Khan, Junzab Isar, Fahad Tariq, but none of them being able to contribute with the bat. Just Ibtisham Seth, the skipper, contributing with 48 of 34. And Imran Gulfam batted with him for a short while for his 13 runs. But other than that, there's nothing much to report from this batting effort. As for the bowlers, brilliant stuff. Adil Shahzad and Mazhar Hussain at the top, really derailing the top order of Solarwinds. 1 wicket for Adil and 3 wickets for Mazhar Hussain. So certainly a player of the match performance from him. Adnan Kesar and Salim Abdul Quddus with 3 wickets between them. 2 for 13 for the skipper. Adnan, brilliant economy rate there, and Salim with 1 for 17. Then Samad Hasan Khan in those 2 overs that he bowled, picked up the last 3 wickets and cleaned up the Solarwinds batting team. Let's quickly take a look at how these 10 wickets fell off the Solarwinds. Looking to play across the line, the top order batters really didn't have their wits about them, playing all over, trying to go big in chase of this mammoth score set by Dubai Gymkhana, led by that man Mazhar Hussain, who bowled brilliantly throughout the day. But before that, he batted brilliantly. The wickets kept falling. They kept tumbling, every batter looking to go big, trying to up the ante, just couldn't go on. They had to play these shots because they were chasing a big target. Ibn Sham over there made 48, and then Umar Faisal walked out and got out first ball. So that was the fall of wickets. In the end, Dubai Gymkhana, after having batted first, posted a brilliant 245 and lost just 2 wickets. Mazhar Hussain with a whirlwind 119 of just 47 deliveries. Hasibur Rahman assisting him with 72 of 44. Salim Abdul Quddus chipping in at the end with 27 of 15. Muhammad Akasha, Abdullah Ghazi, the 2 wicket takers. The only 2 batters to have dismissed were Mazhar Hussain and Hasibur Rahman. Fahad Tariq but gave away 38 runs in his 3 overs. In reply, Ibn Sham said was the only batter of Solarwinds who managed to get past 20 runs. He got 48 of 34. Junzab, he tried with a couple of big strokes, but the bowling was just too good. 14 of 16 for him. Imran Gulfam with 13 runs. As far as the bowling is concerned for Dubai Gymkhana, 3 for 20 for Mazhar Hussain. So featuring in both those columns with the bat and with the ball. 3 for 20 in his 3 overs. Brilliant stuff from the big man. Samad Hassan Khan, 3 for 12 for him, and Adnan Qaisar, 2 for 13 in his 4 overs. So eventually Dubai Gymkhana winning by 118 runs, a big margin. This is the top run getters chart then, still being dominated by 7 district. Raiz Ahmed and Syed Haider Shah right on top there, 479 runs for Raiz. So he's far ahead in terms of runs scored. Made a good 40 today as well. Sagar Kalyani at number 3, Faizan Awan at number 4, Danny Pawson at number 5. Mazhar Hussain there at the bottom with this brilliant 100. He gets to position number 9 with 184 runs in 4 innings, the average of 92. As far as the bowling is concerned, Abdullah Kayani of Dubai Wanderers leading the chart there, 13 wickets in 7 innings. Haider Ali, 12 wickets of 5 innings. Basit Ali, 12 wickets in 7 innings. Wasim Akram, 11 in 7. Avinash Karia, 10 of 7. Those are the top 5 wicket takers in this list of top 10. So this is the bowling card of the top 10 wicket takers in what has been an entertaining ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League. Right then, we're all set for the post-match presentation ceremony as Farooq Khazbi is down there with the match referee.
And welcome to the post-match presentation for match number 52 of the Arabian Cricket League, which was played between Solarwinds and Dubai Gymkhana. Before we begin, we would like to thank our sponsor for their unwavering support towards the tournament. Tournament organizer ICCA Academy, streaming partner Fan Code, support sponsor 7 Districts, YouTube streaming partner Cricfit, broadcast and event partner Sports Ethics. Match number 52, Solarwinds winning the toss and electing to bowl first. Dubai Gymkhana was put into bat, managing to score 245 for the loss of 2 wickets. In reply, Solarwinds were shot out for just 127. Dubai Gymkhana winning by a huge margin of 118 runs. There were a few notable performances today. Hasib batting scored 77 of 44 deliveries. Sayyid Ibtisam 48 of 34. We would like to invite Mr. Razak Ali to hand over the Arsook Player of the Match award along with a special gift hamper from Arsook for none other than Mazhar Hussain for his belligerent 119, just 47 deliveries, also picking 3 wickets. That's the gift hamper for Mazhar, arsook.com. Mazhar, क्या मैं आपको बोलूँ, माशाल्लाह इतनी एक्स्ट्रॉर्डनरी आपने बैटिंग की, इतनी क्लीन हिटिंग की है. ये कोई डिसाइड किया था या पिछले मैच के बाद जो है आप लग रहा था जैसे उसी विकेट पे बैटिंग कर रहे हो?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक्स टू ऑलमाइटी. ऐसे ही है, पहले पिछले मैच में मोमेंटम मिला हुआ था और वही था हमारा प्लान के पॉजिटिव खेलेंगे, तो वही इंटेंट लेके गया हूँ.
माशाल्लाह आप इतने प्यार से बात करते हो और हर वक्त मुस्कुराते रहते हो, सारा गुस्सा ग्राउंड पे उतारते हो.
वो बस रिक्वायर्ड था आज, इसलिए हम लोग को अच्छे रन रेट से जीतना था, तो वही बस एग्रेशन से थोड़ा खेलना था, इसलिए बस.
जैसे ही आपके रन्स आना शुरू हुए हैं, टीम भी जीतना शुरू हो गई है. इंशाल्लाह भी देखेंगे कि अगर आप और रन्स करेंगे तो टीम का चांस है ऊपर आने का.
Inshallah, inshallah. I will try my best.
Very well played, Mazhar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Well, that's all from the presentation party, ladies and gentlemen. See you tomorrow.